Welcome everybody back to Learned Mortality Day 7. Last time on Learned Mortality, Amelia Earhart joined the party.
Do we get Leonardo DiCaprio from the Titanic as well?
Oh god, anyone who jumped in on day 7 is gonna be so confused.
Good, let them be confused. We're gonna open on Eso-Tiller after the first full night's sleep that you all have acquired in, basically, as mentioned previously, 48 hours. Everyone's groggy and has holed themselves up in basically the parts of Eso-Tiller that have been managed to be held together with essentially duct tape and scrap metal. The holes patched for the most part. The raging blizzard outside, its progress has been slowed. The majority of the coats and materials found around the base have been gathered to make makeshift bedrolls after it was discovered that there were no guest rooms at all. And everyone has basically just been sleeping in rugs and coats and whatever they can find to make use of.
I'm glad I moved all my notes from there.
Furthermore, Dean is currently in the hallway stacking what remains of the food supplies, what's edible. You can hear clanging coming from the hallway of this morning's breakfast being cooked. With what little materials you have, it seems that you've got food for about maybe another, half a week here. It's not much. And furthermore, Lucy behind you, you do your valve fiddling with a machine, and then there's a ka-chunk and a whoo, and she just goes, there we go! Alright, heater's working! Gather around, anyone who's cold! Come get your free-form hot chocolate.
That sounds amazing right now.
Hey, this is really improving upon the atmosphere of this room, I think, Val.
Oh, yes, please. Oh my goodness. Just gonna sit down right here on the stairs. Yes, come here, gather around. I've worked up more than enough of a sweat. You can take my chair, Lucifer.
Oh, thank you.
It may not be a roaring fireplace, but superheated coils will do the trick.
Yes, it's amazing what you can do with a little bit of inspiration from our good friend $5 Steak. She taps her temple.
Oh, by the way, did we actually check and see what happened there? Steiko, you were screaming over the comms, but did we actually, check and see? Because you still have Boogaloo, yes?
I believe Larry's going to go check on the situation.
Yeah, they took the steak. They left the printer, though.
They left the printer, thank God!
Thank goodness, we really spent a lot of time and resources on that thing.
Yeah, is Ukuloo... Can I still feel Ukuloo there?
Yes, it's kind of like an invisible third vein on your wrist that you can just feel just a gentle boom, boom, boom. It's there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Also, is anyone gonna comment on the weird plant things outside of that window?
Oh, I've seen those before.
Would we be able to identify that those are Millie's doing?
Yeah, pretty easily. Emily's just gonna go, yeah, there's not actually a window there. That's an illusion. I just wanted to make a way for you guys to see outside.
Why, thank you. I love how they're still part of the wall.
Yeah, I put the plants there so that you'd be able to easily identify it at first glance as,
Right,
well,
that's
in case
actually just a wall.
you wanted to jump through it. It's concrete. Yeah.
That's convenient. Thank you.
Yeah, no head injuries, Corporal.
I pat Millie on the head.
And she smiles as her hair is just pushed down. While you're over here, I do want to take this moment to mention something I've done for the sake of clarity. Just a little, quality of life update. Key bazaar fields are now marked in gold. If a bazaar field will drop a lock on something, it will be gold.
Cool.
So you guys will have an idea of what you're working for.
See the updates.
Yeah.
They actually look great.
And
Ancillars and Blisses are both key fields. And we'll drop a lock on something. I won't tell you what the lock
and
will drop, but...
deeds are not.
Do you want us to roll for health? real
Yes, I do. Would like everyone to roll for health if you want, and you can lower your frostbite by 1 if you have any.
Well, I was gonna say this is still considered a friendly place because it wasn't before.
It wasn't before, it is now.
Copy.
Yeah, I've also rolled for health for all of the NPCs. If you see some health values changed, that's why.
Lucy feels his bandage from when he got impaled by the big boy.
I also want to point out anyone who was paying any attention would have noticed that Tricky and Eric kind of snuck off to the corner to, big air quotes, go defend this side of the base where the wall had completely melted off.
Yeah, don't worry, I saw
I'm
that.
making out in the corner, don't worry about
Eric
it.
has been doing the majority of the heavy lifting for folks.
No, I imagine they're actually making a barricade down there.
No, they actually are, but it's basically like, if you look around the corner, it's like, they're just kind of huddled up under the blankets right now, just leaning up against that wall.
Ah, tactical cuddling. Keeping him warm.
Exactly. It's tactical.
We're gonna have to fucking conserve body heat, baby.
Look, I love them. I wanted to give them an opportunity for a cute moment.
They're being cute over in the corner. Anyway.
They're being cute in their corner. Tiller would be finishing placing down some papers and just be like, alright, that should be the last of what's been scattered about that hasn't been completely destroyed from the recent raids. I cannot help but feel like we've lost some of our major notes from the research lately.
Do you, would you like me to perhaps hide some more important notes somewhere? That way, if we are attacked again, they won't be destroyed.
That would be very, very nice.
Oh, yeah, if you could put, can you put, stuff down about the whole illusion stuff, right? So nobody goes forgetting that.
I believe I already have. The issue is I just can't remember where I put it.
Extension of you's gonna creepily crawl up behind you and just tap the side of your head.
Oh.
Oh, I remember now.
No, it's not doing anything. Millie's just crossing her arms, just
Wait. No, that's not right.
No, I had nothing to do with that. I don't know why you can't remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I feel like something will jog my memory of it eventually.
I just feel like we should grab a flash drive and record and get the fight we had with you when you were glitching out, Millie, somewhere saved, so that in case whatever they actually do succeed in resetting you, we can just show that.
Okay. Even if it's a recording, I hope that I would be brave enough to accept my new perspective on all of you.
Lucy thumbs up from the side.
Yeah, well, we can work on backing that up.
I just don't want someone I just don't want whatever the fucking good doctor is accidentally or intentionally erasing that part of your memory and just you going all no one can find out anymore thing again.
Oh, yeah. Tali, I need to maintain lore here.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy pulls out his phone. Is he still connected to the 2D printer? Did it survive? Come on, 2D printer.
No!
Come on, 2D printer. I don't know which one it is.
Lucy.
Ah.
A blip shows up on your phone. 2D printer.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad I got this thing fixed.
It survived.
Okay. Good thing I started this habit when I was in college because I would forget my notes all the time. Lucy has taken a picture of all of his handwritten notes from all the beta lab stuff and has printed them, put them into a folder, and given to LSR to put to the 5th.
Hell yeah.
In case that's very relevant later.
This accesses the databases, sticks in a flash drive, and it's just like,
Alright. And on this, we got the backup of the whole encounter last night. So if anything happens, sweetheart, we can plug this right back in and we'll be right back here.
Thank you, Dad.
Oh, where should we put this?
That's the tricky part.
looks at the trash can for a second.
Well, that would be too
If
obvious.
we forget where we put it, we'll have to make sure that it's somewhere that we could stumble upon.
if I may, in the basement by the generator.
You could put
Seems
it
like
down
a spot
there.
Millie would be able to notice, like put a sticky note on it.
Yeah, if you just put a note that's like, plug this in, trust me, or something, I don't know.
You just stick it next to her power source.
It might work.
Trust me, I'm a dolphin.
You're a penguin now.
Tiller smacks Ansler. What?
All right, you weren't part of the briefing. Yeah, whatever.
Lucy finally notices and kind of sides eye to his camera left and looks at Murphy and looks at the thing next to him and looks at Murphy.
What?
Why did you just
Confusedly,
pan? Why did you just pan the camera? Now I have to
How
stand
did
over
you just
here.
pat the camera?
Well, that's there's so many new things going on.
Stop looking at me like a science experiment. Fuck.
Sentiment?
Huh? Sentiment, dumbass. The I's implied.
Oh, I see.
God
Oh,
damn.
I see. Okay.
Murphy just like scratches his head like this was obvious. It's not obvious.
It's not an eye, it's an accent mark.
Oh, I think it's the head.
Who taught you how to spell, Murph? Fuck you.
The American school system.
Oh.
Don't discredit him. He was brought on to this project for his brilliance.
I mean, I don't want to weird you guys out, but
If a thing or two in spelling was left out to leave bandwidth for everything else, then I think that's just fine.
I'm pretty sure this is what the Lucky One did to me. Like 90% sure.
It's
So you're calling the lucky one illiterate?
Stop fucking...
I mean, to be
Fuck
fair,
you!
we know it probably can't
Go
read.
back to enjoying your coffee or hot
Fuck
chocolate or
yourself.
whatever's going on up
He
there.
crosses his arms and is just like,
Not bad at spelling.
Lucy's gonna go over here and start matching up notes. Murphy, you got a gremlin looking at you.
Yeah, he looks over. What do you want?
Your friend looks so cool.
Let me guess. You're the fucking printer demon, aren't you?
Oh wait, I haven't met you yet. He hops over. He does like a flip over the. He falls over the chair and does a flip over. Hey.
I am infected. Stand back.
I'm sterile.
Exorcist
Hi.
crawling towards
You are not sterile! Yeah, look at those fucking teeth.
I brush them every day, I'll have you know.
What? Oh.
Right, whatever.
the stand hovers over. It stares at you with all the calculating friendliness of a tin can.
Encore does the like frame by frame, like cheap animation of just like looking over here, looking above it, looking below it, looking over here.
It's
Oh my god, you're so cool!
Only its eyeball follows you.
Pleasure to meet you, I'm Encore. Oh yeah, I guess pleasure to meet you too, I'm Encore.
Shinzo and... yeah, okay, whatever.
Nice to meet you, Sentiment.
Sentiment!
Oh, there's an accent mark somewhere, got it.
It's actually not the full name. I've been working on a full name. Do you think you... You know what, maybe I'm not gonna tell you. Maybe I'll make you wait.
Fine, keep your secrets.
Yeah, I think I will.
Alright then.
Alright then, keep your secret.
God, I love these characters so much.
I need to get confirmation whether that supply drop's actually gonna come.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've kind of forgotten about that after everything that's happened.
Speaking of drops,
If it doesn't come soon, we're gonna run out of food.
I hate to be this one, but do you think there's any food on that plane that crashed out front?
That is...
I know it's kind of fucking morbid,
Probable.
but we gotta do what we can.
Yeah,
Well,
check it
we
out
don't
anyway,
know
don't
what-
we?
We probably should.
I don't usually carry military rations unless it's a supply plane. I don't know if that was
It
filled with
could also just be a
supplies or-
regular airliner that has, I don't know, peanuts. Hopefully
And,
not
uh,
like
Could
2-year-old
be.
expired ones.
Hey,
Who wants to
Millie.
come with me for a scrap run, see what's left there?
Millie is like looking at her laptop and just like staring at the camera panels, and it's just like, it's not a big plane. I don't think it's gonna have that much in it.
Well, anything is anything, and there might be someone inside. Hopefully not.
What's up, Seiko?
I was gonna say, we did actually get a call out, right?
Yes.
Right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Also,
If anyone's going
hey,
to be meeting us, it will most likely be on the northern lake side. It's,
Northern Lakeside.
yeah.
Cool.
Any further
Probably
south
check
and
that
the
out.
blizzard would be too bad for them to get in, I bet.
Do we still have a way to receive calls?
I don't think the comms towers were.
We never had a way to receive calls. They're all fucked.
Yeah, the blizzard and.
Yeah, but is that one up
Yeah.
yet?
Maybe we should sparse some time to go reinforce the stuff up at in lab to help get communications out.
At the very least, contacting back mainland to tell them that we're still all alive would be pretty,
That would be
would be nice.
Advise
very nice on my psyche right now.
Yes, same.
I'll join you for helping to scavenge the plane in case there's any radio equipment on board. I'm gonna need it so we can make a receiver to receive calls.
I'll watch the cameras for you and alert you if any frostbitten show up.
Thank you, Millie. Seiko just gives Millie a hug.
She hugs back, very warm, very friendly.
I give head pets.
Yeah, Millie.
When you hug her, the little holographic wings behind her do a little buzz.
Aw, that's cute. So
I might
cute.
ask, is this the only barricade we've made that has a door? Or are these
That is the
technically
only one up
traversable?
top. The one up top has a door. Otherwise, the other ones are just trying to patch holes.
Okay.
You can make a door if you want to do some stuff.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just wondering before I start dragging myself through things that should be walls.
Totally fair. Goose is gonna huddle to the side and let y'all pass. She is clinging to the heater.
Oh, are we going to plane now? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go scrap a plane.
Ah, do you wish to join them?
I feel like I should, seeing as I saw it crash.
There are a few things that I should be checking in on as well, so I may as well tag along.
Grabs the siblings.
Ah, before I get too much more sidetracked, Millie.
Yeah?
Though it goes against, I'd say my principles at this point, would you mind changing me back to my old familiar, more friendly face?
Oh, yes, of course.
You're beautiful just the way you are, Elisar.
Your body ripples. And then she just goes,
If you ever want to change it back for any reason, just let me know.
Ah, understood. And he's gonna go catch up with the rest, off to survey what happened outside. Alistar specifically wanted to check on the other vehicles as well.
Hello, Steve.
You will see that Steve, he's kind of sitting here on the edge of this pit, and there's a vine coming up from it and just kind of wrapping around his arm. He seems to be deep in thought.
It's also cold.
Huh. We're gonna get out of earshot before I say anything. You know, that Steve fellow is very... almost sentimental with the stuff down there. You notice that the only time we see any sort of longing or emotion is when Steve's dealing with those things down there.
Well, not just things, Lucifer. There's plenty of people down there. People who used to work here, people whoever Steve was may have once known.
This is true. Could be a friend, could be a wife, could be someone he cared for. Could just be to be a little bit more on the morbid side, remembering humanity, we've seen that these things have effect on people once they've been, looks at Elisar, realizes he's changed back, reconstructed.
Yes, well, about that, Lucifer. Going out on the mission today, I know there's going to be a high likelihood of danger. And I think in the panic of battle, being able to differentiate your friends from your foes, add more of a glance is going to be more beneficial. Besides, I think we could at this point use every friendly face we can afford.
Yo, we got a closet now, let's go.
I will also say that the snow has kind of blown in the front door at this point because the whole thing is like blasted off. There's just snow kind of starting to build up here.
Yeah, gonna take a good long look at the melted entrance and like siding of Eso-Tiller over here from the fight.
Yeah, it basically looks like slag metal at this point. Just goopy and messy and blackened.
I'm very glad that didn't happen to me.
While I do not wish to live in any sort of illusion, Lucifer, I do think that, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought there.
Oh, make sure you come this way.
That doesn't happen very often. Oh, yes, of course.
So you come upon the crash of the plane. Seems to be a... kind of looks like a passenger plane, is the best way I would put it. A small passenger plane, with 2 propellers, and a basic, like, aluminum tail fin. Looks kind of old.
Okay.
Encore's gonna go towards where the quote-unquote cockpit will still be.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna wipe off the snow that's gone over the night. Anything inside?
Can you give me a brains roll? Basically what you see is, like, tattered, like, upholstery of a chair, broken, like, equipment in the front that was used to power the front of this plane. There also seems to be some cracked goggles just on the front, like, dashboard.
Encore is going to find where, like, there's, like, a chipped piece of glass or, like, a bend in the metal. And he's going to use his ability on himself to begin pulling and keep pulling off the front part here. He's going to make himself a little opening to go inside the rubble.
Alright.
Get a closer look.
Seiko would follow him in,
Except
and he's looking for radio equipment.
That's a good idea.
Let me
I'm
help you
looking for
guys before you
survivors.
go and get yourself pinned underneath some sort of piece of debris.
Oh, don't worry, I can get us out.
Encore, there's writing on the wall. Inside the plane. Kinda puzzled
Encore
at
skitters
that.
over.
Yeah, like, why would someone write on the inside of a plane? It seems like a code word, maybe? Or something like that. There's, like, a picture next to it, but it's all, like, frayed. It says... what is that? One of the letters is scratched out. Is that fucking... Blockhead?
I think I've been called that once before. Let's see, Lockhead, Lockheed.
Lockheed?
Lockheed. Does that mean something to you?
Military contractor?
Military contractor? Then what is this? What is this aircraft? You know?
New propeller. Relatively small. My brain is like, oh, I think I know what plane that is. I don't think, A, Larry would know, and B, I don't actually remember the name of the plane. I'm just like, I think that's the plane that was used in the Berlin airlift because America built way too many of them.
You want to check for markings on the side?
Because there were hundreds of planes used in the Berlin airlift.
Tali, you mentioned that it was odd that somebody would be writing on the inside walls of the plane what the manufacturer or contractor was.
I mentioned that just because it was Encore's perspective. Is there a thought that came to mind, though, for that?
Oh, no, I was just asking if there was, like, some sort of context where that was just, like...
I was doing a Finding Nemo joke.
Uncommon.
I'm going to, this is... Larry does know this about military. Usually, especially on planes that might have multiple crew, and if this is a 2-engine passenger plane, or as Larry is thinking, medium or light bomber, it's there's likely going to be something painted on the side, like one of the side panels for like the name of the plane.
Sounds good. All right.
So I'm gonna try to find that.
Give me a brains roll.
Deek-cool. Earmov. The plane's called Earmov. Escalation, Larry.
Ow, fuck!
Going once, going twice.
I have the extra resolve. I'll use the extra resolve for this.
That's the spirit.
Escalation again.
Yeah.
Hey, hold up.
Escalation again!
You're gonna know everything about the
Jesus
plane. You're gonna know every detail about
again!
Wait,
Wait, how many times was that? Was that 5?
1,
was-
2, 3, 4. We're on 4.
Okay.
So you win by 24.
Larry has a brain blast.
Larry, this was your father's plane.
Okay.
It's definitely
Okay,
older than
back-
that.
Okay.
War.
Okay. You won like a 5 times escalation. Okay. So Larry, you're brushing snow off the side, looking for the name. It's not exactly on the side of the plane, it's on the tail fin. As you're able
That's the only
to
place that goes.
pull it out over here. Hop up on this rock. It seems that it had broken off and gotten ledged into this rock. Not only do you find a name, you know this plane.
Plane was my best friend.
The plane's name is Electra. So you remember when you guys were making a joke about it being
This is
Amelia Earhart's plane?
airplane.
Yes.
no.
Unironically, that is what this is.
Amazing.
God. Fucking damn it, Tali.
I could not contain my laughter when you guys started that joke.
I'm so
Because-
happy.
That's what this actually is.
This is. Hold on.
Yes, Larry.
Hold on.
Have you?
Electra? Wait,
Won't
no,
lie. Who?
wait, you serious? Holy shit.
Is this a common name of some sort?
The name was banned because it went missing over the Pacific with famous aviator Amelia Earhart.
Oh, that.
One of the most
Oh,
infamous
her,
incidents
yes.
in aviation.
Yeah.
Lost in the sea, alongside other ships
Like the
and vehicles.
Titanic.
I'm starting to notice a through line here, Lucy.
And I don't like it.
And the other one, the other missing person, the other missing vehicle at sea had a body. Had bodies on board. It's what the lucky one fed on.
Well, in that case, Encore, could you start uncrumpling this? Yeah, okay.
Lucifer, hold on. What are your intentions here? Elaborate.
As the sounds of metal start popping as Encore is using his ability on himself to try and how you fix a cup that you've crushed. Well, here's the thing: if Lucky One was made of others, if that is at least what we can interpret from what happened with Murphy and the missing passengers, if this is Amelia Earhart's plane, or at least a copy of it, there's a chance someone's on the inside. Dead or
Or
alive.
if not, there's a lucky one here.
Can you give me a precision roll, Encore?
Encore stops for a second and then continues.
Okay, you start digging through. You continue your way all the way down the tail of the plane to the back, sort of. It seems that, from an impact or something, a corpse was catapulted from the front of the plane all the way down the shuttle of the back. You find a charred corpse in the back of the plane.
Ooh.
Did you find her?
Maybe. There's
Hey, Elisar.
corpse. Yep. There's charred. Burnt.
Hey, Elisar.
Yes.
How ethical would it be to ask Billy to revive her?
From the 1800s, Seiko.
Lucy just slow turns to you, Seiko. Oh god, all of my morals just hit me in the face real quick. Holy shit. Encore is just staring at this thing. Lucy is just staring at Seiko, same thing parallel.
Because on one hand, it's disrupting the dead, but on the other hand, it's giving her a second chance.
But a second chance at what? Bringing her into this whole mess?
She's almost, 300 years in the future? 200? 200. I'm sorry.
And expect what exactly of her?
I don't think
continue.
bringing someone into this hell would be a blessing. But if I may offer a potential upside, if someone's going to know about a military base that is over 300 years old, well...
I'm glad that you're the same one, but still, what the fuck?
I'm simply posing the logic here. I don't think we should do it.
We all stare at each other like a Mexican standoff, like somebody's gonna do something. Lucy's gonna check onto the intercom. Well, update from the log. We found that there was someone in the plane. It's crashed, and there is apparently this might be a 200-year-old plane that went down. If any of you remember who Amelia Earhart is, this might be her.
There's just silence for a second.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're fucking joking, right?
Nope. This looks like it's a Lockheed Vega by the name of Electra. Her plane.
You hear in the background from inside the plane, muffled through the metal. Oh god, there's even the goggles here.
Holy shit.
Revive or not, I call dibs.
Too late. Mouth.
Now, before you continue on with anything, Millie, I know that is your initial instinct to preserve humanity and do what you can to make sure everyone's good and alive. But if we return from our mission to a very confused, lost-looking American aviator sitting within your lobby, we're going to have some choice words with you.
Don't pin this on me. What? It's the choice of saving a life and not saving a life.
Yeah.
Of course I would try and save a life.
It's more difficult than that, Millie. Do you...
I will say this.
Yes, go on. Go ahead, Seiko.
If we do, for some reason, revive her, I will take financial responsibility. I have quite a bit of money actually from streaming, so I could support her.
Seiko, I don't mean to impede on you. I do agree with you. I think if she comes back, she's staying with Millie.
I need to say this first before everyone continues. Please listen to me. If you want me to try this, and I kind of want to try this because it just sounds like the right thing to do, this would be... I don't know how to revive someone that's already dead.
This would just literally be zombification instead. Okay.
I have tried very hard to find the souls in the past, but I do not know what they look like, where they are, even if they are real, or how to find them. So, I could try, but it might go wrong.
Souls are real?
That's why we're scientists, right?
All right.
Awkward
Okay.
thumbs
Let's
up.
do this. Let's do this by a vote. Absolutely no. No. No way. No. Not in a million years. That's my vote.
Lucifer goes, no. Anka goes, yes.
Millie goes, we have to try. I vote yes.
Nom goes, scientifically it would be helpful, but also morally it's very wrong. No.
Oh god, you guys are gonna judge me so hard for this, but I'm going to vote yes on the grounds of scientific reasoning, as well as if one of us were to die out here, and
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Millie can't. If one of us were to die out here, and Millie can't get to us right away, and we're out, and the body's out there for a prolonged amount of time.
Fucking hell, I abstain. I can't. This shit's not on. Nope. Not even weighing in. Nope.
Before you go saying anything about citing scientific research as a reason for potentially cursing someone to be forever lost, not belonging in their time, there is a code of ethics that we must follow as scientists as well.
I would like to support Sierpinski's hypothesis as well as...
Forgive me for raising my voice, but I get very passionate about this kind of thing.
Can I please remind everyone what got us into this situation and why I called you all here in the first place? Millie, I appreciate your optimism, but please learn from your mistakes.
First things first, there's no way we could ever explain this to, any sort of organization or anything about Amelia Earhart coming back to life without fully exposing Millie.
And Solar comes onto the thing and is just like,
Could
could I offer my 2 cents on the whole ordeal?
Sure.
I think she would be neat to talk to, so I think we should do it.
Thank you, and some more.
As for Amelia herself, she was known as an adventurous and inquisitive person.
I don't
feel
see
like-
why it would be morally right to let someone who died in a tragedy die. I feel like trying to help is the right thing to do, isn't it? Even if it doesn't work, at least we tried.
Alright. For
It's
you,
still
Millie.
it's still what I said earlier, Millie. Even though she was a pioneer of her science, of her technology in her day, that day has long since passed. She would no longer be the pioneer. There have been so many that have come after her. Things have changed in the past 300 years.
Lissar, I don't have a place in this world either. I don't see how that makes a difference.
Millie, I'm gonna stop you right now. You definitely do.
Do I?
Have a place
How
in-
could I? No one would accept me back on the continent? They would think I'm a monster.
Counterpoint, I'm pretty sure there's someone more machine than human running one of the largest corporations in Japan, so you're probably fine.
Yeah,
Also, I'm sure at least United would give you a place if...
Yeah, and if they don't give you a place, in here
Yeah,
to
you do
give
have
a
your
place.
fathers.
Quite literally, yeah. And I'm gonna bash that thought around right now, sweetheart. You accepted here? So that means you're accepted. Just because some phony out there is like, fuck you for being a robot.
Ah, yes.
We ain't that
Also-
phony.
Antarctica is a place on Earth as well.
Yeah, we're pro-bots, not robophobes.
All of this positive support aside, I still think that we should not be simply bringing Amelia Earhart into our hell. Maybe after the fact? But doing so while we are currently under attack is like the same as drafting someone into a war against their will.
oh god, I just had another thought. I'm sure you guys have
Yes?
noticed it. Both with that radio creature, as well as with the narwhals we fought here. They look vaguely human underneath all that. What if the good doctor gets to her first? If we...
And at the very least, she can join the rest in Eso-Tiller. She doesn't deserve to be turned into one of those things.
The possibility of that happening exists, wouldn't... Wouldn't this be better?
At the end of the day, we're still doing something against her will. Whether or not she likes it is yet to be seen. If it actually works and she is okay with it, congrats, nothing terrible happened. But if it goes horribly wrong and she's trapped inside a body that she cannot possibly fathom in a land she's never seen, full of monsters that she does not understand, we're sentencing someone to hell. That fact does not change.
Then I give this. If we do attempt a revival, if it works, but she doesn't, if she feels negatively about it, if she were to make something along the lines of a request to be put back, so to speak, we all agree now to respect that.
It would be very sad, but I would respect it.
Alright. Well, we also don't know if there's a time limit on these kinds of things.
I think we need to understand what our responsibilities are here. Seiko, while I do believe your concerns about the good doctor reaching her body first is a well-founded concerns, it's not our responsibility to do something that goes against our ethical code in order to prevent that. If it were to happen, then it would be our responsibility to make sure that she is placed back to rest quickly before she kills us all.
Yeah, obviously, if she wants to go back, we put her back, obviously.
As much as I understand this is going on, my viewpoint's slightly changing. Millie, if you are okay with Amelia making the decision, I'll change my vote.
I think it should be up to her. If I could find a way to ask her now, I would. But I do not know how to.
At the
I
very
also
least,
really appreciate more information about her. I need to gather
Or-
as much as I can.
Even more what she saw before being flung 200 years in the future.
Yes.
Provided she
Alright.
still has her mind. She could come back much like, what are we calling him? Steve?
Steve is not a good name for him, I don't feel. But I do not know what to call him, so I will call him my surgeon. With his help, we can make sure that she comes back much more whole. He is almost more adept at molding the flesh than I am.
You know what? Sure. Steve has shown great efforts as an ally, at least.
He's not an enemy. I know that for sure. He protects me.
Alright. Let's bring out Surgeon Steve.
No, you guys should do this inside. Psycho, you're staying out here and helping me scrap this thing.
Yeah, definitely. Hey Millie.
Amelia, if this is her cross-Pacific thing, there's gonna be some food in here somewhere.
If
That
there's
survived the explosion?
We
Unlikely,
can be
Corporal.
hopeful, LSR.
Look at what happened to her.
Alright,
Millie,
Yes.
are we bringing her inside?
would it help with reconstruction if you had a picture to use as reference?
Yes. That would help a lot.
I'd like to spend a plot point, Tali, that Seiko carries a picture of Amelia Earhart in her wallet because she sees her as a role model.
Bullshit.
No, please explain yourself. Please continue. Because
Seiko, because she would see Amelia Earhart as an adventurous role model, like, hey,
As a feminist
super
icon.
adventurous person who didn't give a shit what other people thought. So,
okay, so Amy, I'm going to even refund your plots point because that is the most plots point thing I've ever heard in my goddamn life. Yes. That is so
Amy, I
fucking
shake
stupid.
your hand and I shake my fist into the air.
This would be
So
this could
fucking
be like
stupid, but I can
more
see
than
a
out
Rocky
there.
paneling that in. I can see it now.
yay, I'm happy. I take it out and I hand the picture over here.
All right.
Worst case scenario, we already have a grave dug.
Oh, horrid.
Oh,
Horrid. So Millie's
I
gonna be
say
like,
that as Encore
Please.
comes out with a mummified Amelia Earhart.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
one of the vines takes the photo and wraps it up and curls it up underneath Extension V's cloak, and the other vines start to, like, hold very tenderly the wrapped up tarp containing the burned corpse. And she's just going to go,
If I have your permission, I'm going to take her downstairs. I'll do all the preparations necessary, but I won't do anything until you're all present to, make sure things go smoothly.
All right.
So me, let's see what we can scavenge from here.
Thank you
Maybe
for
we can fix
trusting
up
me
one of
on
the
this.
walls with the left of the metal.
I promise that if anything goes wrong, we can immediately abort the process, okay?
I trust you, Millie.
I hope Millie has a learning point.
you're going to just hear very passive-aggressively over the intercom,
Why am I the defense protocol if I'm not allowed to make defensive choices?
Beats the ever-loving hell out of me, Doctor.
Hey, Murphy,
Yeah.
if this does work, could you teach her how to fly a modern plane?
Oh, hey, you have a co-pilot now.
Fuck.
Well, maybe. We'll find out.
I never
Well,
thought
that's
about
more.
it like that.
You know she's going to want to, if she
Yeah.
decides
Ah,
to stay.
shit.
I was
No
just going
time
like
or
full
effort.
Really, she's gonna want to fly a fucking fighter jet, so
Elisar is just going to fold his arms / wings behind his back, turn to the rest of the group, and be like, I believe that this is a longer conversation than any of you could possibly fathom. If you would excuse me, I need to go get my minds off of things and check in on the state of our vehicles.
All right.
Good idea.
Yeah, Elisar's just going to go out here, and while he's looking at those cars, he's just going to kind of like plaintively, just talk to himself, mumbling, just idling, like 300 years. How could I continue to live with myself if we are to do that to someone who's gone? Although it isn't the first time we've been bringing people back from the dead. But even doctors, medical workers, first responders, they bring people back from the dead all the time too. The difference is, those are in cases where it's only been not even a whole minute, maximum only a few minutes. Medically speaking, people have been brought back from the dead in the past, but not from 300 years prior. If we are successful and we reach back to the mainland, where does it stop? Who else do we end up bringing back? Where we are today, we have built up from the lives of those who have dedicated themselves to the progressing of humanity. I would hate to bring them back and see them disappointed as to where we are now. Every single time I object to one of these ideas of theirs, it seems like they go ahead with it anyway. Seems like my input is only wanted when I'm agreeing and going along with everyone else. What do I do? How do I try to make them understand? Playing God is what got us here. It's not going to be taking us out of here anytime soon. Perhaps another discussion is, in line. I'll find a time and place for it, but for now, we have a mission to look forward to. And I think with that, Elisar is just going to conclude to himself that, yeah, nothing's happened yet. He still has time to bring up his concerns and go more in depth with everyone. But for now, they need to have some insurance for their own future. So he's going to return. Well, I've assessed the other vehicles. The four-wheel-based transportation modes that we have available to us are, from what I could see, in working condition.
Oh, thank God.
So, but we were theorizing earlier about the wild things, just sort of phasing through the car hood because there was a hole there in reality. That theory is unfounded as of now. It appears they do have some sort of latent ability to pass through thin surfaces.
If I may, it does appear this theory is supported also by nature of the emperors, who we've seen to do a very similar thing, simply appearing out of nowhere.
Regarding the four-wheeler, I have another idea. We have all this scrap metal lying around. We have a whole airplane here. Maybe we could use some of the aluminum or some of the metal to up-armor the four-wheeler, give it a bit of plating.
I like that idea.
If the corporal's going to insist on ramming anything that gets in our way, I think that's a great idea.
I'd feel a lot safer behind an extra sheet of metal or two.
Is there any construction equipment still left here? Like, I don't know, a bulldozer or something?
We have a bulldozer in the southern hangar. Well, not a bulldozer, an excavator. It's not in working order, but you can make it work.
Actually, all I want from it is treads. We should put replace the four-wheeler's wheels with treads so that it can, 1, navigate the snow better, and 2, support the weight of the armor, and 3, make it look functionally like a tank, which would be really cool.
Just be aware that if you do that, you won't have an excavator at your disposal.
Well, that doesn't work anyway, right?
Like I said, it would be a quick fixer-up.
Ah, I didn't hear that part.
I would prefer to have... Your idea is really cool, I'm not gonna lie. The inner child in me goes, yes. The science brain goes, we might need that.
If I may, just basic logic for traversal down here, tank treads are gonna get you fucked. That's actually gonna be a huge detriment, you don't want that shit.
Tank treads don't help in snow, actually.
Oh shit, never mind about that then.
Alright, well... I think I'm going to head inside.
Yeah, I got what I came for. I got the radio. It's battered, but I can make use of the parts.
Very well. I may as well head back as well. We have an eventful day ahead of us. I believe the agreed upon plan is that we're still going to be going and exploring the rest of the shuttle loop.
That is the initial idea, yes.
Act 3's taking the tail.
Okay, Act 3. Very cool.
That's stupid, but it might work. Hey guys, idea!
Ah! What sort of idea?
We have a big pile of aviation parts here. Possibly maybe enough sections of a wing and a tail section to repair our plane?
Well, the size is going to be a poor match, but with a little bit of finagling with my ability, we could make it work.
Exactly.
It'd be a good use for it.
It definitely would. I mean, it's not like it's going to survive a museum or anything in that condition.
It's also busted to all hell.
Yeah, I'm just letting my mind wander to keep myself sane.
Come on, let's go meet up with Millie and get this
Wait.
out of the way.
It's not the original airplane. That means the person inside wasn't... Lucifer, can I pull you aside for a quick discussion before we get too wrapped up with the going-ons of the day?
Sure, I was actually going to take a detour up here to survey the damage.
I can pick your mind about something while we do so.
Sure, go nuts.
So, the first night that we were here, the Titanic we came across.
Yes.
We can absolutely confirm that that is not the original vessel.
Well, given that the original vessel has been documented and is cut in half, while the other half sank down to the ocean floor even further down, yes.
Right. And if we are to go by the assumption that by the very same ability that brought that Titanic into being in this place, it's the same thing that thing on the other side of the gateway used to throw Amelia Earhart's airplane at my skull.
That has been a thing I've been thinking about. If they are connected with the plane and the Titanic, the thing that I don't understand is, well, it does track from our theory with the Lucky One, with the bodies being the spongy stuff on the ground. He shows.
Yes, that's
Then-
what happened to the bodies. Why did that happen to the bodies?
That, I think, was actually a Lucky One adjacent. Something was either placed there or like a virus where it spread from body to body until it gained in a mass. And I personally, I don't think we saw anything over there, but something's telling me that
Which came first, Lucifer, the Titanic or the Lucky One?
if you want my theory, the
Yes.
Titanic. It's like a
My
chicken
theory
versus
as
the
well.
egg thing. Because a chicken couldn't exist without evolving into what it has become. Therefore, the egg has to have come first. Oh, this is barren.
Different.
Seems to be a lab table thrown in here out of disuse, and the access port where a shower would have been is completely caved in. You can see pipes leading underground.
Here's over. Oh, okay then.
And you actually recognize the room below. That would be the room where you saw Out of Service pick up the keycard. And what Seika would know as the... I believe it's the beta generator. It's one of the other generators.
Lucifer's gonna check the integrity of this window here.
Yeah, that's a bunch of iron bars.
Well, at least it has some security. We should maybe enforce that a little more if it's directly down to a very important part of Millie.
If you're not too distracted, Lucifer,
Yes?
there's a bigger issue here with the potential resurrection of a ill-fated airplane pilot.
I understand, but please give your about it.
There is a possibility that if this goes in their favor, so to speak, that we would be bringing back someone from the dead who is not only 300 years before our time, but may not be of our time in any way we understand.
Are you referring to this just being like a parody of the Amelia Earhart we know?
Or taken from a parallel existence.
Oh, huh. Lucifer was about to bout you and then remembers everybody keeping their memory 20 years ago with something grandiose happening. That's...
The person that we could be bringing back, there's a chance that we know absolutely nothing about them. The laws of their world, what their culture was, what their behavior would be, or if it's even Amelia.
That's true. But even so, Elisar, I want you to know that I'm on your side when you started talking about everything.
I noticed, Lucifer, and I'm glad that you are.
The only reason I changed my mind is because of circumstance. I understand that us trying to have Millie, or in juncture, even ourselves, doing something like playing God or something. It's come to my knowledge that I'd rather play God so I could have a mortal life later. Any help is good help. And if we make a mistake, it won't be our first or our last.
Lucifer, allow me to correct you on this. Changing your stance based around the wants, the desires of those who do not understand what you and I understand is not our purpose as scientists. We do not simply go with the flow, we stand up against it. Help me convince them to see things otherwise, Lucifer.
I understand. I do. He puts his hands to his face, starts rubbing his eyes.
It is clear to me that if I object to something like this, I will not be listened to if I object alone. Besides, being a scientist is never about doing things alone. It is about the community. What not we are as individuals able to reason, but what we are to reason as a collective.
Lucy is staring at you with understanding eyes, but there's a sadness to him.
I know you care deeply for Millie. I do, as well. It is because I care that I see that we cannot allow things to continue as they are. If we are to escape Antarctica, reach the mainland with Millie at our side, this is absolutely not the impression that we should be setting for what is acceptable. It is our responsibility to continue moving forward and develop what we know and understand for the betterment of all humanity. Not bring those who have done so before us back from the dead. To put that responsibility back onto their shoulders after they have already, in so many ways, earned their rest. But how do we convince her of this? Something that has been coded, hard-coded like this into her. You've connected with her. You understand her a great deal better than I do.
Hey, Tali, can you roll me fate?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight a flaw.
Alright.
Nope. That's alright. I understand. I understand you entirely. Every single ounce of my body is pulling me towards Millie's side, but my brain, my psyche, my conscience, ego, superego, all that is standing right next to you. I can see it.
It is okay, Lucifer. There is still time to convince you in your entirety. I would not want to divide you.
Elisar, I didn't understand what I was getting into when I signed up for this.
None of us did.
I want to see my sister again, Elisar. That's truly the thing that's been driving me this whole time. She's the reason I'm here. You see him tear up a little bit.
I wish to see my family again, Lucifer. But how could I ever face them if I go against something that is so fundamentally me? It's okay.
Elisar, I don't want to be a monster.
Neither do I.
But I'd rather my sister have a monster for a brother than to be alone.
We'll make it out of here, Lucifer. I promise we will.
Lucy's gonna try the door. Locked. Lucy's gonna put his key card over at the thing. He's gonna type in his numbers.
Click.
And if I decision would be instrumental in either condemning us to our fate here on this continent or bringing us back to safety. Well, I may just allow myself to be swayed in that position, but we do not know this.
Then I would like to, as a scientist, invoke the scientific method. We each have our own hypothesis. Therefore, we move to the next step. And then one of us will be wrong, and the other will be right. And I want you to be right.
I want you to be alive. Don't forget that.
Lucy stares at you. He just kind of does like a solemn nod as he turns to the door.
Then we are in agreement. I'll see you during testing.
That's such a good line. That's so good.
What a fucking shit.
So you find yourself in Bliss's office. Immediately noticeable is how, for lack of a better term, functional this room is. Everything looks well ordered, properly placed.
Lucy glances over the notes over at the laptop. Over to the side, and he kind of reaches down to try and start the laptop to see what's on the screen, and something flies out onto his hand. I know he's right. I know. The butterfly flies around and perches on his shoulder and just kind of sits there in a weird embrace as he takes a look around, looks at the laptop, looks at the notes, looks outside.
So, this definitely looks like the room of a researcher. You see books upon book on different subjects of marine biology, specifically quite a few of those. It's really funny, and I doubt Bliss would ever admit to it, but there are large sort of picture books of deep sea creatures. Essentially, he's a fucking nerd.
Lucy grabs one of the books and starts flipping through it, checking out the pictures, the articles briefly.
Terrifying creatures on display. Siphonophores, long, singular entities that sort of drift in the abyss below. Jellyfish of all different colors and sizes. The most horrible, ugly anglerfish you've ever seen. And sometimes just soft beauty intermixed. Floating light, the soft orange coming off of it. A sea angel is depicted. Or folded into the pages, a crumpled picture that does not fit in the book.
Lucy flips through the pages and notices the break in the page. Starts flipping backward, and sees it. He's gonna take it out and look at it.
What seems to be a crumpled Polaroid.
Lucy looks at the picture, thinking about it, the imagery, the horrors, the friends, the being on his shoulder. Curious thing to have stuck inside a book. Lucy is gonna write a quick note and place it in there saying that he took this in case Bliss needed it in the future.
Of course. Can you make me a quick brains roll?
That I can.
You do so and you stick the note back within the pages. And, yeah, you have that picture. It seems sort of faded. It's a little old, but,
Is there anything on the back, like writings, markings?
well, you lost the brains roll, but since you asked specifically, I'll let you win anyway.
Ew.
You turn it over and you see, a signature. It says, Epiphany Eso. And there's a date next to it.
Oh, this is 28 years old. Lucifer's gonna go back to his note and he's just gonna write down, I'll keep it safe.
Alright.
Lucy's gonna exit the room. He's gonna close the door. Oh. Shall we get going? As the butterfly moves up to his chest area and reforms and pupates on the crystal. And Lucy's gonna make his way down with the others.
So Larry and Seiko, when you come back, you would see extension of you kind of hovering over this pit, its vines lacing down in between the structural support beams that have all but broken. And Steve is there, sort of holding his hand out still to the vines, and it's essentially very gently lowering the corpse into the hole.
Act 3's leaning the tail of the plane up against this water cooler. Oh well, let's go take the stairs. I don't feel like jumping down into a pit again. If we don't need to.
Ernest doing well, Elisar?
Elisar right now is sitting on the edge of the chair. He has a kettle that he has packed snow into that he is now heating up. There is not a day that passes by that I am not mercifully thankful for the very specific properties of water to hold heat so well.
You mind if I ask you a question about that?
About the kettle?
About the water.
Ask away.
What is the standard reaction to drinking a glass of water? Is it pleasant?
As instinct and evolution has dictated it so, rehydration is very important for survival. So, evolution has provided us with a, yes. A pleasing, refreshing feeling when we have a glass of water.
Noted. Thank you.
Happy to provide.
He's going to step up and walk in and just say,
I know that this decision is a little, shaky, I suppose. I just wanted to reassure everyone,
and she says this so that Elisar's in earshot and can also hear,
that we're not going to perform any resuscitations until everyone's present. It's going to take me and my surgeon time to find the necessary parts and to look through all of the known knowledge and pick my father's brain on the matter. So if you all want to meet back here tomorrow, we can try it then.
That seems like ample enough time for us to steel ourselves about it.
And if you need to think about it anymore,
My only worry is that there's a concept of being too late on something. We sure don't understand everything about extension.
Nor whatever pulled her plane or the Titanic out from
I'm very
the annals
aware,
of history.
but I don't think time will change it too much. It's not like the body is going to die more, or the soul is going to get more lost. There was nothing that I could find in the first place, so what we'd have to do to reconstruct such a body is far more complicated than any resuscitation I've performed before. Not that I'm not willing to try it, of course. I just... Well, Dr. Tiller reminded me of what my purpose here is, and she's not part of Eso-Tiller, and technically speaking, it doesn't have to be protected, but I still want to try. So, yeah. I'm gonna try.
Gotta pick up that kettle. Once the water's all nice and boiling.
I love the kettle subplot of how you always have one with you, and it's always
great.
useful.
It's always
phenomenal.
been useful, and it will always be useful.
While I'm going to be focused on learning more about her condition, this does not mean I won't be able to give you my full support today. I am capable of running multiple threads at the same time and focusing on multiple perspectives at once. So you'll still have my full attention if you all go out scouting today.
Yes. By the way, Millie, do we have a forecast for later?
Oh, yes, of course.
It might skew what our plans are. I still want to go to the shuttle loop.
Map time.
So, from the information I've gathered from Murphy and Val's lookouts, the frostbitten forces seem to be quite scattered. I don't think we should expect anything crazy tonight. I'm going to forecast a 2-star encounter. I think they're going to try and attack again, but it shouldn't be anything that us here at the base can't handle. So if you happen to get caught up, we'll be fine.
Alright.
I think especially now that we've condensed what our living space here at the labs are.
Much easier to defend a smaller space.
Correct.
I know we were talking about the tunnel loop before, but I'd like to go check on the marine lab.
What do you wish to do at the marine lab again, Corporal?
Honestly, see what was illusion, what wasn't. See if there's any more scrap we can get out of there to help fix up what we have here.
I never put an illusion on the marine lab, Corporal. Anything there would have been how it is. My ability doesn't reach
surprisingly
that far.
intact then.
Or well, at least not to that scale. I don't think it can reach that far. I haven't actually tested what distance it can reach. Things have been too hectic.
Well,
That is surprisingly intact then. I don't even think, besides the generator seemed to be kaput at the time. Rather, something got into the generator. It seemed like it was almost fully intact.
we could test it later, but for now I think you should more likely go back to what you were doing before and hiding all the exits and moving doors and stuff like that so we don't have another water dragon incident.
Yes, I want to make sure that the basement is completely undetectable. Although since they know where it is now, they might have an easier time getting in, but I'll make sure to make it even more difficult for them this time.
Hey, all it takes is one wrong turn.
Or at least
And then you
something
find
the
yourself in
marine
the
lab.
ocean, surrounded by sharks and ghosts.
Yep.
Penguins, apparently.
Lucy just stares and goes, yep.
Millie says this like it's common knowledge.
Ocean's haunted.
Ocean's haunted.
Ocean's
Ground's
haunted.
gone.
Take the dark guns.
Well, at the marine lab, we might be able to get some more generator supplies for the basements, as well as more heating elements for up here. From there, 'cause it appears most of those were still intact over
Yes,
there.
if I may, if you can find some coal from the Titanic and bring it back, it'll keep this generator running. Right now it's, cobbled together is the best way to put it, but I'm gonna be working on
Sure,
it.
all we gotta do is throw some sage on the fire and we're good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tell me where you're gonna find sage, bright guy.
We
plot
still
point,
need to get-
spices take forever to get to be destroyed. We got some in the cabinet.
Fine, you can pull out sage.
Yeah, I'm adding it to my inventory.
You are gonna get a
Fuck you.
from Murphy.
Not to worry, we can expel the evil inside you yet.
Yeah, just try and exercise me, I swear. Maybe it,
And then he
I was
whispers
gonna
under
do
his breath,
some-
maybe it'll actually fucking work.
Lucy just like under his breath within Murphy's ear, she goes, "Oh yeah, I was going to experiment on you earlier."
I still
Anyway.
kind of want that, not gonna lie. I really hate being cursed.
I can get with Dean later and we can try something, because I have a theory.
You really have to get
Given
over
my,
with her. She's like needle happy. I don't want to get stabbed.
Boy, do I have something to tell you about my idea.
Oh, please, no.
As evidence from our trip up to Macaroni Islands, we probably shouldn't have the exploration team split up. So where do we want to go?
My vote's for the shuttle loop. I think
Shuttle loop,
transportation
the
is
marine lab,
priority
or the
number one.
Titanic?
Titanic should be last priority. I'm merely just asking if you have extra time. It would be very nice.
We've got half a week of provisions, and hopefully the generator will be great, especially with Millie gaining an extra power source.
I'm unstoppable.
Having the
Oh,
opportunity
good on
to clear out the rest of the shuttle loop sooner rather than later will provide us a very valuable mode of transport between here and further south.
Well, if there's more stuff down there,
Provided
Should we
that there's
grab
any
the system?
form of shelter down there, down farther south. Because otherwise, we might as well just take the buggy.
well, I'd rather go
That'd be
step by
something that'd
step.
be good.
It's gonna take longer if you walk, but you won't have to deal with the cold, and also you can assess the structural stability. I think going through the entrance makes a lot of sense.
In which case, do we want another of the previous team? Val, if you want to come demolition?
Oh, you can't just tempt me with a good time like that. Yeah, sure.
And Seiko, do you want to get your sister for more ice clearing with Encore? I'm sure Encore would love to see Unknown again.
Excuse me.
Again. Yeah.
All right, and also, hey, if y'all get your way back down to the ice core lab, can you like let me know or something? Cause like, I feel like I should come with you if you're going down there.
Yeah, wait, we have Anslor. He is literally part of the team that built it.
What? Yeah,
I mean,
no
yes,
shit, but so's
of course.
Val. I'm not that special. What? Am I special?
We don't want to take away too many people from Eso-Tiller, but
I mean, if you
Given-
want, I can stay at Eso-Tiller for a little bit. I can try and grow some more food.
that's
Yeah,
fair. I think
that
all we
might
need
actually be
is,
more important.
no offense to you or Unknown, I think Val's demolition expert would be just as valuable as Encore and Unknown going ham.
Valuable.
You hear in the background. You hear in the background. Oh. You can still hit stuff. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
come
this is
on,
our
we'll just
first
break
proper
shit on our
expedition
own,
out to
it'll
the
be
frostbitten. This is gonna be interesting. You guys got a standard operating protocol for like how you deal with these guys, how you take them out?
Yeah, you kill him.
Well, that's it.
You usually let the corporal handle that.
But aren't I like
Shotgun reloading
a
noises.
supernatural monster now? Can't I do cool shit? I don't know how this works.
Well, have you tried?
I have.
Have you talked to Murphy yet?
We're working on it.
Why don't you and Murphy get caught up on what that does?
And
Go
given
from there.
I'm
my
not
research-
opposed to giving it the old college tryout in the field.
Given my previous research and
I prefer rigorous training before you go try to throw a fucking person into combat.
Come on now, it'll be fine. And Lord, it'll just be like old times. Remember when the excavator got stuck in the side of that mountain? And we had to pull it out by hand because no one had chains on him? Yeah, mate, I kind of wanted to forget about that. Well, now you can't.
well, Anslor, if you are a traditional vampire, given my research and it says under his breath dissection, you should be able to mold your body in some way, shape, or form once you get a better control of understanding yourself.
Right. Hey. Well, I'll give it if push comes to shove, I'll give it a try, mate.
All right. Anything else before we go? Seiko, Larry, Elisar, Val?
I'm good.
My lunch is packed, and I'm ready to set off for adventure.
Oh, yes, compliments to the chef, I wanted to say. Dean, right good job turning packing peanuts into actual peanuts.
I'm very impressed.
That was tofu, Val. It was tofu.
Right, tofu, packing peanuts, what's the difference? There's no real food value in there anyway.
That is false.
I beg to differ. Tofu has a lot of protein.
I love tofu.
You people are weird. Eating your bean curd.
Leave me and my bean curd alone, okay?
Look, we're kind of at a low point here, all collectively.
No, I'm doing perfectly fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Larry thriving.
I eat tofu.
Larry is thriving.
That was actually Act 3 talking right there.
Okay,
Act 3.
lovely.
Act 3 is thriving.
You're right. I'm sorry. That wasn't dead enough to be Larry.
And let me just ask this real quick. Are you using a vehicle to get to the entrance?
Yes.
Yes.
Which one?
We're gonna use the buggy.
Buggy? Okay, cool.
Who's left? He's sitting on LSR. Choose now.
It's Loris.
Yeah.
No! This is the worst timeline!
It looks like I need to scoot over just a little bit. Oh, pardon me, Anselor, and then grabs the seatbelt and clicks it over both of them.
Hey, mate, I'm not gonna be a part of any rom-coms, alright, mate? You're putting me down, mate.
Anselo, your lab is surprisingly spacious.
Oh.
Better calm down there, Anselor. He's a married man.
Yeah, I'm not, mate. What, with this wild temptress?
Temptress of the ice.
Temptress of Eso-Tiller, LSR Supinski here.
If you rearrange LSR and add a letter to you get succubus. And then
I
now
can
we just
burrow
go.
in his coat.
And Val's like crouching in the car like a gremlin.
I'm laying down sardine style.
Well, I want you to know I appreciate you.
Yeah, the things I do for this team.
What if he doesn't know what he's missing?
Truly, honestly.
Alright. Now theoretically, Water Dragons isn't here anymore.
He hope.
What
But
if there's
also
like a second
theoretically,
one? And it like grew off of itself like a fucking...
Please don't bring that into the universe.
Why not, mate?
also,
that be cool?
But also noticeably, whoever built it, birthed it, and employed
don't
it,
say
I don't know what
birthed.
the fuck is going on with the fucking frostbitten.
Alistair cracks his knuckles.
Whatever the fuck, good doctor knows it's gone. Not whether or not he cares is entirely up to him.
You know, that actually does bring up something. There might be a finite number of frostbitten.
I would hope that there's a finite number of them. I think I would be right scared up my ass if it wasn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
we could assume that there's some sort of limit. If there wasn't, why not just launch an all-out attack on our base?
Also, if I may, why did they retreat if there was a no tactical
That's
disadvantage to dying?
That's my idea.
It's definitely that second one, more than the others.
Well, it hasn't been long. We just recently dealt with Watchdog Water Dragon for good.
We
So,
also
hopefully, there is a
only found out
window.
about its existence about 48 hours ago.
Hopefully, there is a window of time here that we could capitalize on, where the good doctor hasn't reinstated any sort of guard for the shuttle loop.
True.
Or
Honestly-
perhaps they have already brought in the understudy, so to speak.
LSR, for my own personal, could you do me a favor while we're down there? Just for my own sanity. Could you just periodically just check for holes in the fifth?
Already ahead of you there.
Thank you. That eases my mind a lot.
There's another one of those beasties within this tunnel. I shall make short work of them this time around, now that I know what to do.
Everybody good to go?
No time like the present. Let's make good work of this
As it'll
daylight.
ever be.
We actually did manage to get scrap from up here last time.
I
so there's no
fucked up
point
the
looking around up
paint
here.
job. Oh, what the hell? Oh, you're not gonna
paint job.
you're not gonna like what it looks like down below if you think that's bad.
We did our fair share of roughing up the area last time we were down here as well.
Oh, it's not like there's gonna be like a giant hole in it or something, right?
Oh, Anselo, I hope that you could find it somewhere within your heart to forgive us.
Didn't we throw like 2 pieces of dynamite down here last time?
4 sticks of dynamite. Val smiles.
You know,
Of course, Miles,
we don't
yeah.
actually know how bad it is. Could have fared better than we may imagine.
Or it could be completely collapsed. on
And
this
so it's
end.
just like, oh my poor baby, what the hell did you do to it? And he's gonna run down to get a closer look.
Don't worry, we have ways to clear debris.
Or I could collapse it more. Shut up, you.
Don't worry, we have some. I don't know how you properly function Act 3. However, I am glad that you're here. With the aid of a demolitions expert, we could have some fun.
Yeah.
Underground you
Oh my
go.
word.
Alright, so Ansler running just quickly turns the corner, and you just hear him go, oh, fucking hell, mate. What do you mean? He's staring down at the other tunnel where there's the collapse of ice, and he's just like, oh, come off it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of damage here because of Water Dragon.
Certainly not that bad.
Yeah,
Water
you didn't have to
dragon,
build the
water
thing, mate.
damage, frozen water. There's a lot of damage here because of water,
It's
honestly.
fine, it's fine. At least as long as the shuttle cart is still intact, right?
About that.
Starts
We-
walking. Doot, 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 doot,
You
doot.
did have
Watch
more
the thing
than
right
one,
into Water
right?
Dragon's mouth.
We had
We may
2.
have used it as a missile.
There's one on both sides.
That's. I think that's what we were hoping for.
Well, we have a long walk ahead of us in that case then, my friend.
Ansler just puts his hand in his pocket.
Alright.
And he's just gonna walk very grumpily.
Ansler is a part-time technician, I understand. I give Ansler a shoulder pat.
He's just like,
I'm
Anyone else
fuming,
want-
mate. I'm fucking fuming.
I know.
Wait a minute, don't we have to go up to go through the side passage that's still open?
Oh yeah, that is actually where a speedrunning method Encore throws Lucy up there.
nice. Ansler is gonna make a bronze roll. He's like, I'm a vampire. I can probably jump that. Let's find out if he can
Encore's
jump that.
gonna give the army arm where they're trying to like crawl up.
Okay, so have you ever seen like a short video or like an image of like a cat preparing to do a huge jump and then they just do a short little baby hop?
I sure hope he's doing the little wiggle too.
Yeah, he's doing the wiggle, he jumps, and then he just face plants.
Elsa
Alright,
pretends
here.
to not have seen anything.
Let me help you up. Okay, Seiko, here you are.
Fuck.
Ansler, over here, as he's like hanging down Spider-Man style.
Rolls over, pushes himself up.
Ugh.
Encore seamlessly brings him up.
I thought for sure maybe I'd be the type with like super powerful calves or something.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Still as twiggy as ever, eh?
You still spent a good long while within that containment cell.
Oh, true, mate. I probably should have expected some sort of deterioration.
Like, do you need blood or something?
I'm not at liberty to ask that from you, mate. I'm fine.
I mean-
Hopefully, what Bliss has given you will sustain you for a while.
I think it will. I don't feel hungry or anything, if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, you can eat normal food. It's fine.
It's very true. It's just that it's like an energy drink. That's how I describe it.
Hey,
Packs you up.
Larry, Val, while we're moving through here, do we want to kind of like start breaking them down on the way there? So on the way back, we can just take the shuttle car?
That sounds like a good idea. Do you want to help me get this one? She points down there.
Yeah.
I'll be scouting on ahead. I'll return if I find anything. Alistar's going to pop into the fold real quick.
Oh, Al buddies, where'd you go?
Family affair, why don't you get me down there? She's going to hit the side of this and bend it down and make a ramp, and then you just hear Ansler go, "Oh man, come on!"
Oh, Val, also, just a side reminder to fix the rail from when you,
Yes, I'll get to that next. Here, Encore, get down here and help me hit this thing.
Oh, thank God, I was gonna be so bored. He jumps down immediately.
Dibs.
Alright, all of us on 3. 1, 2, 3! You smash through the ice. Looks like there's another blockage up ahead. Alright, team.
Encore jumps up, grabs the spike. Wields it like a bat, like he's a Pinkerton, like walking over to this thing.
Yes, more use of the word Pinkerton.
He's like slapping it in his hand, like the old mobster movies. Gonna get you.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, bam.
Smash. Yeah, you know, this is really effective. We should do this more often. Okay, one more break, boys.
Okay, I'm gonna help out extra much this one, because I think this one's my fault.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Wait. You wanna dual tech this, buddy?
I'll cut a hole open, you rip it apart.
Yeah.
I love how excited he is. Yeah, with a bright flash of blue light, you smash this apart and just.
That was a great stress reliever.
I guess I'm getting a little outdated. You didn't even need me. Time hurt.
No, we can break things, but you can do it so coolly.
Oh, thank you.
It's necessary.
She, like, swipes the dust off her shoulders and is just like, I knew I liked you folks.
Wait a minute. Something's wrong. My head is cold. Seiko, can I have marbles?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And the rail is all bent. Oh, hold on, I've got it. Smacks the ground here. Dink, dink, dink. There you go, that's better, see? A real quick roll, a precision roll for her.
I'm getting 2. Ooh,
Oh my god, wait,
special.
she actually did it! I didn't think Val would win a precision roll, okay. She has an E precision, but she won! And Hansel just, like, looks down at it like, huh. Alright, color me impressed, Downberry. You actually put something back together for once.
Ansler, would you like an emotional support cat?
Sure, mate. Sure.
You seem to need it
They're
right
actually
now.
kind of cute. Little fluffy, bouncy buggers. You know what? Maybe you're right. I'm feeling better already. He's holding the cat.
Okay, just... There we go.
Val, do you want a cat?
No thanks, sweetheart. I'm feeling fine.
Don't you only have 4 of those and the others with Millie?
This is true.
Right.
Maybe you should hold off on the last one until we're out of range, just to give Millie a little bit more time of reprieve.
Thank you.
Yeah, good idea.
You hear over the scatters.
I mean, Bliss is with her, so hopefully it should.
Nellistar, you're looking around in there with your flashlight, and you don't see any water dragon holes, but you do see, basically just under the thinnest layer of ice is the monorail, and it does continue down, sort of a downward slope.
Okay. I think he's going to continue scouting ahead, knowing that everyone else is probably going to be able to pick up on the fact that the rail has frozen over.
Ooh. I've always wanted to do this. He goes over, he looks at the one in his hand, too small. He throws away the piece of ice he had. He takes the bigger chunk of ice and snaps it down. Encore's gonna rub. Lucy and Num go, oh shit, he's gonna do that, isn't he? They both run up. And they like try and like steady themselves. This goes down, right?
It's like a slope, yeah.
Encore's gonna grind his way down. and he's going to use this ability on the ice that he's on to break off all the ice all the way down, like how you move your hand across ice and it'll break with like a thin sheet.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So you ride it down. Encore, as you're going, whoa! Suddenly you start corkscrewing down!
You start getting like the SSX trick, with tricks, like tricks and numbers going up.
And Encore, because of this, we're gonna follow you for a second.
It may not be a straight line, but I'd like to try to keep ahead of Encore by doing a belly slide down the corkscrew.
Oh! Okay.
LSR, SSX tricky.
I'm the literal ghost that you're
Can
racing.
you give me a...
Yeah, you're the time
Can
trial that I'm
can you
racing.
give me a bronze roll to, like, keep up with him? I think you'll be fine. I just want to see how well you do.
Let's see if I can have a chance to beat your record time.
Basically, with the rail that Encore has revealed, you get a perfect slot to belly slide in down the corkscrew. So you fall right after him, almost like a ghost on his tail.
It's the freaking Mario slide music starts playing.
And
Can Seiko jump on Rolling Girl's back and Rolling Girl uses her roulette wheel to just grind down the rail?
I like how we're all gonna go down the side, and then there's Ansel who's just gonna walk down.
yeah, sure.
Lucy's-
I'm walking. I'm not doing some stupid bullshit.
I'll let you
I'm
show
like
up
my feet on the
later
ground,
with
like,
Lucy. And then Val, Ancillor, and Larry will show up after all of that.
Can I delay even further me, Ancillor, and Val arriving, as we have literally the construction deconstruction duo and me just scrapping as we go as everyone else races
I'll
forward?
let you make 2 scrap rolls, Larry. Also 4 scrap. Then you get 2 more.
Big scrap. Alright.
So, Encore and Elisar, the 2 of you continue down a corkscrew and then under a straight shot of tunnel. You can see pretty far, and as you're walking or sliding or grinding, however you manage to make yourselves there, you see like lights flickering on and off, broken power cables sparking. This place is really in disrepair. And you start to see something in the distance. Just tiny glowing lights in the distance.
Encore slides down and then kick flips off. That was exhilarating.
So Elisar's gonna catch up. Pop out of the 5th. Like, there you are.
Oh, hey, Ellis.
What took you so long? I've been waiting down here forever.
I was.
You should be a little
heart
quicker.
attack like that.
You should be a little quicker next time if you don't want me to beat you.
Oh, those are competition words. I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll do that again. Don't worry.
What are those?
Those are stairs. Oh, those.
Past the stairs.
What are those things called? I've seen them in a book before.
Seem to just be floating like 5 or 6 feet up off the ground.
Can't quite make them out. What are they? Some kind of
Is it like a jellyfish?
jellied fish?
Oh, I like what's going on inside there. That's funky. Oh, I love the
Looks
effect
like
you
it's
did
gonna be
there.
electrical.
Careful, I've heard the jellyfish can spew fire.
They can do that, and some of them contained some of the world's most deadly toxins.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Encore just goes, oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Just, like,
Keep your distance,
up
Encore.
chucks a flashlight that he's been carrying. There we are.
I'll be returning to the fold to see if I can get a little closer to them.
Sure, I'm gonna keep an eye on them.
Keep
and
your
wait for the
distance.
others. Yeah, I wonder if this was the wind I was hearing down here.
Alistar is going to go up the stairs onto the walkway.
Mm-hmm.
So this little central area that we have here,
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be connected to... Is it connected to the rail somehow?
Yeah, so what you've got here...
Like a recharging station?
It looks like some place where you could stop and hop off.
Notices the doors on each side.
So back on the map, would we be, I guess, closer to that one entry point that we found?
Give me a brains blow if you want me to give you your gut feeling.
My spatial awareness roll?
Spatially speaking, based on how far you've been walking, you were pretty well sure that you would have run across the exit at some point. This probably is that exit point you saw out in the flats. You didn't run across any other exit points, so...
So these little guys just kind of hovering around the spot down here. They're just out in the open. They're not trying to keep themselves hidden anyway.
Not in the slightest. Every now and then you see one of them just pulse like a jellyfish would to keep itself levitating.
Okay. I'm just going to very, very slowly approach what I'm looking for specifically. I want to see if their tentacles extend anywhere past, like, if they, like, connect to the ground or wrap up around anything subtly. I'm suspecting that these guys might be here as sort of like an intruder alarm, like if we were to go through their area, we'd, like, run into, like, some tentacles that we couldn't see.
That's exactly what I was thinking, is that they're, like, web sensors for spiders.
Yes.
Okay, so looking a little bit closer, you will see that the tentacles... There is one obvious set of electric blue tentacles draping down. Furthermore, in the center of it, you see sort of a almost petal-like, softly spinning, like... I don't know, it looks like the petals of a flower might be the best way to describe it. And connected to that, you see just the flicker of a jet black tendril going all the way down to the ground.
Aha.
Is it, from at least Encore's perspective, does it look like that tentacle is, like, seeping into the ground, like it's anchored there, or like it's, like, feeding through, like a cable through a wall?
It seems like it's anchored there. Like it's just holding on.
These things look like sea mines. What do you think, Marbles? That's exactly what I was thinking.
Alistair's gonna go for the door. He's gonna stop and think for a second before using visions to instead just peek through, like maybe through the side or like underneath it, before touching anything mechanical.
Give me a precision roll. You turn over the door and you see a small little like antechamber and another door in the back of it. And then you turn over the tumbler itself and you see a black tentacle wrapped around it.
Of course. Okay. I'm going to, at that point, slowly, very carefully step back and return to Encore to tell him what I found. Just gonna pop out right here. Back where they have a little bit of cover to talk. Alright.
Stop
Alright.
that.
I can't exactly give you a warning or anything when I'm about to pop out.
You know what? That's entirely fair.
You just gotta learn to stop being so jumpy. Although being jumpy in this sort of situation is perfectly apt, because I'll tell you what I found. Look over here. These jellyfish, frostbitten. Do you see their tentacles?
From what I can see, he, like, his eye gets, like, a little bit thinner, like he's squinting. Yeah.
Okay. Do not pay attention to the blue ones. I feel like those are for show, a diversion. What you need to be looking for is in the very center. There's one that's darker in coloration, connecting the creature to the ground.
I think I see it. Is it like the...
it's almost like a wire. It's hard to see. It's practically invisible. But that's the point.
It's kind of like when, like, a balloon is, like, tied to something and it just starts wafting around.
It is not anchored to just the ground, though.
I did some poking around up on the walkway, and I found that the same sort of wiry tentacle has been incorporated into the machinery of the door.
Oh, like a trip alarm?
Like a trip alarm.
Ugh. Encore's gonna like look at the tracks itself. Does it look like there's one that's like connecting there in case like a rail car were to pass through?
This one goes to here, this one goes to here, and this one goes to here.
Oh, yeah, I think that's exactly what they are. I wonder if it's like, if something trips them, that's when they become active?
Or the signal gets sent to something much larger and more capable of defending this tunnel.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like giant squid things, like, and jellyfish things in like cartoons, so I can kind of imagine if there's a bigger one of these, what it looks like.
You hear
And
footsteps
it doesn't have
behind
to
you.
be a jellyfish necessarily. It could also be something more along the lines of a symbiotic relationship like we've seen with the other frostbitten.
That could be true.
Ah. Just in time.
Oh, hey, there's... Oh, what are those?
Careful now. Watch where you step. These creatures that we see down before us are, from what we can fathom, some sort of alarm system for this part of the tunnels.
Yeah, like a landmine or a tripwire or something like that. Okay, I was hoping for an easy day. For once, that would be great.
I suppose they didn't expect anyone to be coming from our direction, given that it was being very well guarded by a certain watchdog water dragon.
I also wonder if Water Dragon... Does the metal or anything like this look like bent, like there was a large mass that came through?
No?
So it doesn't look like Water Dragon patrolled any further than right next to Eso-Tiller.
Well, remember, Lucifer, watchdog water dragon is actually very small and uses the fold to get around. Could have very easily passed through here without leaving a trace.
I suppose that makes perfect sense if... Oh boy.
Speaking of passing through here without leaving a trace, what do you say I spend the time to try to very cautiously and carefully, passively make my way past these? See if maybe there are any frostbitten that are actually down here just waiting for the signal. Maybe we can get the upper hand on them, give them a surprise for once.
Sure, actually. I guess I can huddle over here in the corner, and if one of them looks like they're gonna like try and trip an alarm, I can...
I'm going to use patience, because we're waiting for people to catch up, as well as my stance ability. I would like to kind of like peel back reality around these jellyfish, because remember, what I am causing, the distortions that I'm causing are just like the bending of light in reality. They're not actually physically affecting anything, so I should be able to safely uproot these things almost, or at least let us see physically where these tendrils are being connected to.
Give me a precision roll.
Okay, I'm going to be adding my, how long is it going to be taking for the guys to arrive?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Can I add my max patience bonus? Or, I guess, maybe not max, maybe 4?
Sure. So, you're peeling everything away and looking around. Is actually at the far end of the tunnel. Right about down here.
I see.
As you take a closer look, you peel away basically walls seeing further down the tunnel, like a few hundred feet down that way. So what I'm going to show you is not in this segment of the tunnel, but it's pretty far away. But it is something that you're able to make the light bend around and see. You see a frostbitten running away from you. Running away from your direction. This way.
Is that the one that flipped off?
Bad news, guys. The jig is up unless we can catch up to that thing. One of the war halls, the foot soldiers that we fought before, it seems to be fleeing from us. I believe we've been detected. Encore, do you wish to join me in the fold? We can try going after it, stopping it maybe.
Yeah. Well,
How
How about a rematch?
Lucy has to come too. my ability doesn't go as far as I can.
Very well.
No.
We cannot waste another moment. Seiko, could you please fill in the others on what exactly is transpiring here?
Sure.
See, we got a huddle. There you
I
are,
can do
Law.
that. Hey everybody,
Alright. Wish us luck.
So weird.
This railing has a concave going upwards, almost like a bowl moves upwards, where there's like a divot in the middle.
Mhm.
Correct?
Yes.
I guess I can get us there faster. Lucy's gonna charge his spin up.
Cool. How fast can we get going? Because when I do my belly slide, I can double my movement.
Oh, I can go a little bit faster than that. Encore's gonna pick you up. Basically, I'm gonna use my spinning transportation technique that I used before, where numb keeps my body still on top of the spinning ball. And I'm just gonna rock it. And then when we get to the one that's been pointed out, I'm going to evade it. I'm gonna do a sick flippy.
Okay.
Do a kickflip over it.
You guys rocket off. Basically, just from the breeze, these guys flutter to the sides. So, I'm going to zoom ahead, and we're going to say we are further down in the tunnel as you catch up to this thing.
Okay.
Got it.
What are you doing? Because it is still moving rather quickly away from you.
So, Jared, you want to use the spin ball as a weapon, right?
Traditionally.
Okay. What I can do is I can pop us out of the fold, and we can try to cut it off, and I can open up like a weak point in his armor that you could aim for.
Ooh, that's fun.
Sound good to you?
That sounds great.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay. Back of the head. I'm gonna pop us out of the fold. I'm gonna use Vision's ability to basically peel away the armor right at like the back of the fucking neck. We're gonna decapitate this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Lucy is going to hacky sack the ball up, and Encore is going to jump and soccer ball kick it straight into its back of its neck.
Would this count as a bros attack?
Yes, definitely. Because you're basically bypassing the armor ability by doing this. So, yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Give me a bros attack.
Bros attack.
Unaware of your current situation, it is simply going to roll its passive durability. So you send the spin ball rocketing through the back of its head, and it cracks out the front of its face, shattering the face mask, and it takes 9 damage. And it stumbles, and it falls, and it pushes itself back up as you two are launching out of the fold. It pulls up its saw blade in almost a defensive manner, and then it's going to fire its horn back at you.
Does it look like it's aiming at us, or if it's aiming past us?
For the fire?
That's a fair question.
Yeah, like if it's gonna try and hit the tripwire back here.
You are far away from that tripwire. It couldn't hit that if it tried.
Copy that. Okay, Numb's gonna try and grab it in the air.
Okay. Haha! Escalation!
Glorious. Let's go, Numb!
Okay! Yeah, so goes on,
Numb has
fly
rolled
through, and
fire
then
all
just
game.
ching, you grab it, and Numb just goes,
Nice little toy there.
and it gets up, and it gets into sort of a lunge position and starts charging. What do you guys do?
Scary. I really just want to just like catch his charge with the kettle of water and put like the spigot straight up to where his tooth was.
I was gonna have Encore jam it into it, but that's fucking hilarious. Encore's gonna use his ability to keep the inertia with it and hopefully have it go through and make a second hole in the head.
Here you go, Encore. I think he dropped this.
Well, he better come get it. If he wants it back, at least.
Encore's gonna do like that over-exaggerated, long, throw him back leg in the air and then just boom.
Alright, get a +3 on your roll because you were using its own horn against it.
Man, I love that that is a thing.
Yep. If you use its horn against it, you get bonuses.
I love that so much.
Yeah, and it's coming with its slicey slice, so it's just going to try and speed around to dodge this. Yeah, you ain't doing well, buddy. Oh, yeah, you ain't doing well. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so just right through the head. The armor cracks, but it doesn't even have a chance to jump at you as it falls and melts.
Okay, that could have been disastrous if it had given something else a heads up to bring it down here.
I'll just kind of like turn back down the tunnel like, yeah, speaking of disasters, I failed to mention that when we are moving in the fold, we should have probably stayed a little bit slower when passing by those jellyfish. Even though we are in the fold, we still have a small intrinsic influence over the observable world.
Yeah,
Very slight, but enough.
it's true. That's why I decided
Depending
to
on
do
how
a
sensitive
flippy.
they are. Well, your Flippy may have avoided one problem, but caused another. We should go back and check up on that.
So, everyone else, what are you guys doing?
And that's why we should be careful as we can to not stop anywhere we see those tentacles. They might be an alarm system. Like I said before, the others go off to take care of that narwhal. Warhol.
If the Warhols are here, then it's definitely a trap set by our enemy. Alright, what do you reckon we should do in the meantime, then? Try and look for a way to defuse this bomb?
I think it might be best to sit put until they get back.
You see them wave all the way down.
Like 100 feet down that way, yeah?
Yeah, you just see a
You can only see their lights.
exaggerated wave.
Meantime, probably look around where we can where there aren't those things. We don't know what interacting with them will do.
Well, we can try and find a way back up to the surface if we want to get off this ship.
I just want to blow them up. I know you want to blow them up.
God, I want to blow them up as well. But I have an idea. Lucifer,
Yes.
I had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that particular tentacle is connecting to whatever that is inside of them. I think what that is inside of them is what's going to be sending out that signal. What if we coordinate an attack and destroy all three of them at once?
That could be done.
Problem is, how do we get back over to communicate this to the rest?
Lucy looks at you.
Do you
puts
want
his
to
finger
just
up
take
to his
matters
ear.
into our own hand or let them join in?
He puts his finger up to his ear. Are y'all doing okay down there? He uses communicator.
Uses his communicate. I forgot we had those.
We dispatched the Warhol that was down here.
We're
anyway.
fine. We're fine.
Alright, Elisar has a current plan to eliminate all three at the same time. Hopefully,
Let's hear it.
Well, it's going to take a matter of timing, precision, and coordination coming from all of us. I feel that I'm going to have to bring everyone in pretty close to them to get a good shot. However, if we manage to do this, hopefully none of them will send off an alarm. From what we can ascertain, is that small organ within the very center of these beasties is what will be sending off the signal. It appears to be what the black tendril is connected to. Destroying the main body of the creature, however, hopefully will allow us to disarm this trap that has been set for us. Everyone has their methods and ways of dispatching critters around here. Hopefully, with my my ability, I can perhaps even open weak points on all of them. What do you all think? Is it worth a shot? Or do you still want to take some time to explore, poke around a bit maybe? See if whoever is going to be responding to this signal is maybe waiting around the corner somewhere.
If we're going to end up having to run from something, I think it's probably pertinent that we take these out immediately. So that our backs are covered, you know?
I also think that the chance of us snooping around and finding one that we haven't found yet is a lot more
Scary.
of an egregious error than perhaps taking matters into our own hands if we just try to destroy these things.
I already
Yeah,
checked
but
up by the door on the catwalks. However, the one that is right next to the other two jellyfish might be hiding a fourth, or perhaps even a fifth one that we cannot see. I could try to parse my way through the walls to see if perhaps there are more that we're just not seeing.
Parsing through the walls, you see the room to your right, camera right. Another long tunnel of some sorts. There don't seem to be any jellies in it, and then parsing through the door on camera left, again, nothing seems to be on the other side of it. It seems like, exactly as you said before, they probably weren't expecting you to come from this direction.
Alright, everyone. I believe that these are it.
Good to know.
Well, which one should we get, Lucifer? The one closest to us?
Well, I would prefer the one that's right there on the railing. I think that's the most important one to take out.
Yes, as well as the ones connected to the ground and the walkways. Those two seem to be probably focused on the doors. I can help coordinate this by giving everyone a signal. We strike on go. Sound good?
Yeah, just... Sorry, Act 3, you're probably not quite as useful in this scenario. I could just totally blow them up. Yes, but we're trying to do this precisely, and you are anything but.
Chancellor's eye twitches at the sight of blowing up.
My mango.
Ansler has had to swallow so much of his anger.
Alright, Act 1.
I think I would have to get a little bit too close to be able to hit them, but I can be backup if one of you happens to miss.
Lucifer has his spin ball. Larry has his shotgun.
Don't get too close, we don't know what they're all sensing, Val.
Very true. Seiko has a ranged attack, don't you?
Yep,
Move
there should be
slowly.
one
It seems
right-
like the jellyfish themselves can also respond to the slightest change in wind and draft.
Even you speaking is enough that they do rattle a little bit. They're very sensitive.
Okay. If you would allow me, I can even redirect some of the air currents around them just to make them move more subtly.
Yeah, I think you can do that. So, Alisar, you open up the holes and their weak points are revealed. Lucy, Seiko, you both prepare your spin weapons, and Larry, you take your shotgun, and on the signal, fire.
3, 2, 1, go!
Spinball impacts. Shotgun blast impacts. And from the wind, Spinball just narrowly misses. You lost by 1.
Oh no.
As you hear a snap from the wind pulling on this thing. I need everyone to make a bravery roll, please, because you've triggered a Phantom Bazaar field.
Okay.
Yep, figured.
We tried.
But the plan, we had so much time and it was so well thought out. How could it fail?
Oh, shit. Shit.
One more thing. I need one of you to roll me a D100, please.
Sure.
Whew. Okay. Roll me one more D100, please, Seiko.
Oh fuck.
Sure.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Ancient White Dragon.
Ancient White Dragon, pop a check.
Object.
Pop a check.
Oh no, stop.
Was that the roll of 87?
Pop check.
Shut the fuck up.
Pop a check.
So,
Oh no, to be first.
just because Lucy,
Hey.
what's that you hear and you feel as this cold breeze starts to just blow over you from behind?
Huh?
Huh?
And the jellyfish is still just floating there. And Val's gonna go, fucking missed it! And she's going to rush up and take Family Affair as was discussed and try and hit it. If anyone wants her to not do this, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Do it.
Oh my god. Did I really just crit? Okay. As she swings at it, with the breeze from the punch, floats way higher up out of her reach.
It's like a balloon at a birthday
This
party.
thing's impossible to hit.
Just cock shotgun. Oh.
Well, nothing's exactly happened yet. Maybe we didn't trip the alarm.
Just shoot the damn thing already, Larry.
Lucy is just staring into the oncoming blizzard as Val says this.
Wait a minute. What is that I feel prickling on my back? Oh.
Snow.
I shoot the fucking jellyfish.
It dodges out of the way yet again with the blast.
What is this thing? Why is it
What is-
startling on us so much?
And Lucy, from the...
Hi. Your old shit health today.
yeah, well, I'm sorry. From the tunnel behind you, interestingly, is that a light coming down the tunnel?
Get off the line, get off the line.
Is it a penguin?
No. It's not one you've ever seen before?
What is that?
That's a... Before you say anything more, I'm dropping us both into the pool.
Totally fair.
Me and you, Jared.
It's gotten bitterly cold. I am going to need Lucy and Elisar to take 1 point of frostbite each.
Naturally.
And you both drop into the fold.
Move. Start moving. Lucifer, this way. Towards me.
Try to struggle against the fucking winds of this thing.
You're suddenly getting buffeted around. Walking is hard. It's frigidly cold in here. It's almost like the snow is coming from the walls itself. There's no opening. It's just blasting through.
Through here, quickly.
Holy shit, it's cold.
Which way to the surface?
Am I able to, like, read any sort of signs, like, on these doors?
Yeah, the surface door is not the one that you're next to.
What's that one
It's
down
that one
there?
down there.
Okay. We need to get out of this tunnel quickly.
Right.
I could try to go for the others as well.
Hey, all of you.
We're getting up
Never
here.
mind, shit's getting weird. Larry, can you blast that thing out of the sky?
Fucking die! Oh,
Oh god. Larry's angry.
Yeah, and with just
20.
you splatter it, and
Stupid fucking neuron. It works by sending electrical signals and sensing an electrical signal of a input, like touch and such like that, and sends it somewhere
okay.
else.
I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page. You are correct. It currently had
Got
a
rid of the
bizarre
phantom.
field of 2. And as it falls to pieces, sort of shredded in the air from your shotgun blast echoing down the hall, Larry, you now see the light approaching. It's sort of staggering, just like a up and then down at a jagged angle, and then back up and then down at a jagged angle.
That ain't a car or a rail car.
Alistar's gonna be momentarily popping out of the fold just to yell at everyone.
Like, everyone, we're gonna be trying to make a break to the surface through that door right there. Everyone come towards me. I'll be moving us into the fold where hopefully we won't be freezing to death.
Sounds
I fear
good.
that whatever's coming at us, whatever that thing is that's coming towards us, is what's controlling this whole unearthly blizzard.
Hey, Elisar.
Oof.
There is a strong breeze. You see something start to glow in front of you. Right here. Right
There?
there, in the middle of the air. Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the air. Okay, reactively, I'd like to try to drop both me and Val back into the fold.
Okay, I'll need a speed roll, please.
Do I just take this unopposed, I guess? As I'm still shaken?
Oh, fuck, you're right, you're shaken.
So this is mostly for helping out Val.
Yeah, gotcha, okay. You reflexively, reactively, instinctively send Val into the fold and forget about yourself in this moment. She is sent into the fold successfully. That being said, Elisar, wind and snow whips around you, and suddenly you feel this searing cold at the far end of your flipper. There's something on your hand.
Okay.
And if you look at it, interesting. It's the Roman numeral 2.
What? Hold up.
Oh no. Oh no. It's Dark Tiller.
You really thought.
Bliss.
And stumbling at the far end of the tunnel, now that it's passing under the lights, you can sort of vaguely make out a frostbitten moving in the tunnel in the distance. But it looks different.
Oh, what is this? It's so cool.
Oh fuck, Dark Bliss. Okay.
So cool.
Why is it tall?
God,
Doesn't have a phantom. Either it's associated with the jellies or
So can I remove my shaken? At this point?
Yes, you can. Essentially, Elisar, you start to hear just this type of whistling sound coming from around your face. Oh man, it is suddenly harder to breathe.
He's going to try to shout to the rest, but kind of lose his voice because he can't like really inhale
And
anymore.
no sound comes out other than a wheeze.
He's just going to like focus up, and do what he said he was going to do. He's going to drop everyone else back further in the group into the fold and hope they can find their way to the surface entranceway.
Lucy is going to make his way across the bridge area here. He's going to take a quick look down. Is this like a shutter door, or is this like a traditional door, analog door?
It seems to be a door that would open inwards towards where you are right now. It's like just an analog door.
Well, there's no time to wait like the present.
Let's go.
Encore's going to kick down the door.
Okay, give me a power roll. You kick it, and there's just this rattling on it. It does not open.
Oh, God, we might be trapped here briefly. Val, if you want to get up here, we could probably use Family
She's
Affair.
going to launch herself up with Family Affair by kicking off on the ground and land sort of down here and just be like, okay, let's see what we're working with here. Blasted door. Oh, I see the problem immediately. She kind of points at it. This damn blizzard is keeping this door shut. Lucifer, do you think... Actually, here, this'll work. She's going to come over here and have Family Affair hit the side of the wall and create a windshield so that the pressure is lesser on the door so that you can try again. As the wall just kind of bends out.
My immediate thought is this blizzard actually creating snow here in any way, shape, or form? Because there's all these little pop-outs. So is there snow
yes,
collecting?
snow
in
is
any
collecting
of
in all of them. If you want to use Act 1, you can.
Okay. Neat. Time to get the fuck out of here. Gonna run up towards Elisar. And Act 1 is just gonna pop in this corner over here and disappear.
So, it is going to keep stumbling forward, and you see basically what it's holding. Its arm is connected to what looks like a long, almost sickle-like form, which starts to glow, and it takes a slice with it, and there is suddenly a blue glow down the entire tunnel. Larry and Lucy and Seiko, all of you are currently shaken, so I'm gonna give this to you flat. Essentially, a tornado of ice and snow appears in the center here.
Ah, shit.
Ice is going to get flung in a circular motion around, slamming into you. Even those in the fold are slammed by these pieces of ice. All of you would take 14.
I'm spending 2 resolve and only taking
And you are no
4.
longer shaken,
Yeah.
and those who are not shaken, Elisar, Ensler, Val, need to do something to defend. Val's gonna use the little wall she made.
He's going to use that one learning point ability that he had to take everyone even deeper into the fold, even further away, even more detached from reality.
Okay. A form appears in front of Ensler and blocks the brunt of it. You start to pull yourself in, and while you are getting further and further away from this blizzard, it's so strange, Elisar. The ice doesn't change. The ice that is flying at you, it's like it doesn't shift when you move through the fold. It makes no difference where you are to the ice.
It's like what we saw under the microscope.
Yeah. So you're gonna take 5.
It is what it is. Understood?
And you're all in the fold. And it is still stumbling ever forward. What do you guys do?
Okay. Seeing that everyone's struggling trying to get past the door, I would like to just bypass it entirely.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Boy.
Oh no.
That's okay, Encore's gonna try and break it now.
So you take
Okay.
the fold.
Yeah.
Afterward.
It's at the point that you're so far in, you can't really tell wall from walkway from, oh, hey, look, someone dropped a wrench. That's
That
not
makes
important.
sense.
Yeah, you don't really...
Already kind of starting to feel
Just a
dizzy a
little
little bit from
sickening
trying
trying
to
to go
shout
around.
while not being able to breathe.
Yeah, And Elisar, the other thing I want to note is that it is getting worse. Can I get a bronze roll from you, please?
Okay.
And then I need a brains roll. Okay, you're gonna take 2 points of damage. Your head is starting to hurt like hell. It's getting so hard to focus in all of this.
I'm just going to try to just keep in mind the direction of the door, of the surface. I'm gonna go there.
Okay,
Just gonna use my movement to
you
get
start
up to
heading
the door.
that way. Val is leaning back, letting Encore get another blast at the door.
Come on, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Encore, you kick the door off its hinges. It just clatters to the ground. You feel angry at the world suddenly.
Damn it!
I just wanted a
There's
nice
always a
walk
second door.
for once.
Come here.
Anchor is going to pick up the door and is going to try this door here.
Same thing. It's hard to open.
I am going to try to Haman heal / Haman purge whatever is ailing Elisar off of him.
Give me a Haman roll.
Alistar's just gonna... while that's happening, he's just gonna kind of think about kind of what he's learned, what he's read about survival in the Antarctic. And he's going to lay down on his belly and get as low to the ground as possible.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Can you give me a brains roll?
hoping that everyone can kind of see what he's trying to do and follow suit.
Hey, okay. As you get down lower to the ground, you're able to gasp and force a little bit of air in. You start choking so bad, and then you see your hand. Numbers changed. It's Roman numeral 3 now.
Doom counter, anyone? Let's get out of here.
Oh god, yeah.
Am I able, with that breath, to like choke out any words?
Yeah, go for it. And Taliyah does nothing.
Everyone, get down! Get down and crawl for your life.
Ansler gets down. Trying not to crowd everything here. There is suddenly going to be another burst of wind. I need all of you, everyone in this area, to make me a bronze roll, please. Okay, escalation, Lucy.
I'm gonna force fate to reroll.
This is not fate. Lucy, you're going to feel the air sucked out of your lungs, and you are going to fall, basically, as you... Just this, like, whistling sound is coming from all of you now. Val also falls. None of you take any damage, but you all feel it very hard to breathe. Lucy, Seiko, mark yourself with a 2. And Elisar, yours goes up to 4.
Am I fine?
Can I do a monologue?
You've been making a lot of rolls. Sure.
It's using a low pressure system, like a storm, to suck the air out of our bodies. That explains why I can't breathe.
You are correct. And it continues to approach, and you notice it start to make this clinking sound like icicles falling to the ground after a warm spell. And its arm comes back, long, jagged, and very pointy. And it seems to be...
Shoot it in the butt.
Alright.
Yeah, Act 2 was hiding in this pile of snow that was piling up here and is shooting him.
Give me a roll. So as you shoot it, you notice a rune glows to life on the back of its back. Suddenly there's a gust of wind that deflects almost the majority of your salvo. It does take 2 as you shatter a little bit of the ice.
It's able to see us and hit us even in the fist. Quite possible that it's sensing us purely on the air pressure we give off by breathing.
Blind chaser monster.
Oh, I love a blind monologue that's 100% correct.
No, that's simple. He hasn't targeted Ancillor.
Ah.
That is very true.
Not Ancillor.
He has never specifically targeted the man.
Then, hearing that and thinking about it, Elisar is just going to hold his breath.
Okay. All of those with numbers on the back of their hands. We need bronze rolls from all of you, please. Okay, escalation. Duncan? Amy, you're fine. Yeah, Duncan, you're going to take 6 points of damage as the
your vision's starting to get black. You can't hold your breath for much longer. And everyone, I need you to tick up your Roman numerals by 1. So if you have a 2, it's now a 3. If you have a 4, it's now a 5.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna be honest, everyone. We might need to fight. I don't know if Encore can open this door.
For some reason, I don't seem to be affected by it. I can go deal with it, and you all can run.
Let's all drop me and Ancillor out.
Alright, understood.
Pull its ire.
Okay.
Ancillor, Larry, Godspeed.
Choose your fighters. Ancillor and Larry, both of you drop out of the 5th, and there is as its head cracks and turns in your direction, this long, spear-like hand of it, maybe spear isn't the right word, it almost looks like a medical implement, is now pointing towards both of you.
That's right, big guy. Keep your eyes on me.
Both of you to roll me initiative, please.
Don't let it freeze you.
Yeah, not planning on it, mate.
This is the first time I fought some monster in a blizzard. Let's kick his ass.
As it pulls back this spike, you notice, Larry, that there are little blue flicks of light running along the long tendril. And it looks at you, and you get this feeling from it. Something that you haven't gotten from any of the other frostbitten before. It's almost like it looks at you with glee. And it's going to take the long implement and try and stab you right through the lungs.
I'm gonna try to get the long implements to go down the shotgun barrel as I fire it, so it shatters entirely.
It goes right down the barrel of the shotgun and then further into your hand. You're gonna take 4. And then you're going to see as the tip starts to glow. Can you make me a bronze roll, please?
Do I get my winter stuff on this or no?
There is a whipping of wind, and you hear just this whistling sound as the air gets sucked out of you as well. Roman numeral 1 appearing on the back of your hand. You can no longer breathe.
Is he still got, like, have me partially impaled with some wicked long instrument or something?
Yes, it's an incredibly long arm that is going through the barrel of your shotgun
Cool.
into your hand.
I'm gonna swap acts.
Okay.
To Act 3.
Alright.
And I'm gonna have him bring down the sword directly on the arm.
Hell
And
yeah.
try to cut it off. Your mistake, fucker.
Okay. As you bring the sword down on the arm, there's again another rune that seems to be inscribed into the arm itself glows, and a burst of wind deflects your sword, but there is a as you cut the arm in half.
Oh.
And it sort of stumbles, pulling its now jagged, broken form back, the clinking of ice. As it gets down a little bit lower, its legs, almost these ski-like long, bending at multiple joints, sort of like, you know, like how a cross-country, like, skiers would look, essentially. And then it is going to start to push itself up towards you.
What you're doing is increasing the category of storm, which is based on the low pressure system. That's what the numerals are, aren't they? How strong the pressure is.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, it's working off categories of pressure. 1 atmosphere, 2 atmospheres, 3 atmospheres. That would make sense. And then you hear in your head, Larry, I've been able to analyze it again. Get the hell away from this thing. It's gonna try and turn you inside out.
Wouldn't be the first thing.
Even if it's not the first time, that's not going to be pleasant. It seems that the runes that are completely covering its body, each of them corresponds to a different type of wind.
stronger and more powerful ones, the higher the numbers are. It's creating a low-pressure system and whipping up a storm in the very tunnel that you're in. Soon the entire tunnel might collapse if all of you are unable to get out of there in time. So I need all of you to run, okay? Because something about this frostbitten... something about it is wrong. I've never seen a frostbitten give off emotion before. And this thing is mad as hell.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job.
That's a question mark on its
He's
power.
ripping off your stick.
Question mark on durability.
Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it.
What were the odds that we rolled this thing for an encounter?
Incredibly low. You had to roll above an 85.
Damn.
Hey, see those not a star rating.
Yeah.
Or he's stealing your brother's stick.
Fucking hell. At this point, I don't really care, mate. I'm gonna knock him in the block. Either way. Larry, the winds inside of you are gonna try and whip up an increasing category. I need you to make a bronze roll. The first category, which is just E. So you don't take any damage, but it ticks up to 2. Ensler is going to come up to you and just be like, "Alright, you look like you need a bodyguard. And hey, you there, tall motherfucker. If you got any of your ideas from me, bro, you're gonna have to take that up with me." The stand holds out a marker and draws 3 red X's on the ground, sort of in front of Larry and you, and it's just like, and then he whispers over to you and it's just like, "Alright, mate, you got a fake wall set up for you. Have loads of fun. You got cover."
Okay. I'm
Fucking
gonna
move.
science the fuck out of this.
Yo, science time?
Yeah, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I just remembered something that I saw a video on forever ago. Okay. If this is a low pressure system, that means whatever's on the other side of the door is a high pressure system. I'm going to try and destroy the door and have it rip itself apart. Encore. Instead of trying to break down the door, it might be easier for him just to punch a hole in the door.
Gotcha.
Using his
And
ability.
then the difference in pressure should rip it apart?
Pressure works that moves from high to low, and because of the pressure difference, it's going to be a very strong pull. So I'm gonna punch a hole in the door, and like those barrels that crumple whenever the inside's boiling, the outside is ice on top, it's just going to basically implode and eviscerate itself. And I'm gonna have everybody get down as shards fly over us as the door.
Hey.
Already prone.
Already prone.
Yeah, so give me a power roll, please.
Hopefully it's easier than the other way. We're gonna marvel!
Encore, you break through. You create a hole in the door, and suddenly there's this of wind coming through. Everyone, it suddenly gets a lot easier to breathe as the door opens. The runes are still on your hands, but you guys can breathe again.
Go, 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 go.
There's the way out. Did everyone catch what Millie said over the intercoms?
Yes, we need to get away from this thing as fast as possible. Hopefully once we
Or figure out a way to kill it as quickly as possible.
Guys, from the best I can tell, it's a very similar situation to what you observed earlier, where going onto the ground helps you breathe. If you start to climb now, it's very possible it could collapse your lungs.
I see.
So, while I think you should get to safety, I think trying to kill it quickly is probably a smart idea.
Alistar's now being able to breathe and being able to clear his head is going to look to the others. Do we want to go into the initiative order, you guys?
I think we should enter initiative.
Yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah,
Me
fuck
too.
yeah.
I have an idea. That's what you said earlier, Lucifer, about using a high-pressure system to counteract and rip this thing apart. I might be able, with all of the air currents being as violent as they are, I might be able to use my ability to create one of those.
That might be good.
At the end of the escape team round, everyone with, I'm gonna need you all to make a roll. This is gonna be significantly weakened because of Encore bursting the door down. However, it's still going to be sucking air from your bodies. So, Lucy, with your 3 points, you're gonna be rolling against this. Duncan, with your 5 points, you're gonna be rolling against this.
And Seiko
Okay.
with 3 is gonna be.
Can I supplement my bronze for something else instead?
Depends on what you're doing, but probably.
I would like to unfold my lungs, creating a larger cavity within my body, causing air to be sucked in rather than sucked out.
Okay. Yeah, actually, unfolding and giving yourself more space, it's much better. Increment all of your numbers by 1, please. Mad as Hell is going to raise its sickle-like arm to the sky, and you guys are all going to see as 4 runes appear inscribed in the sides of the tunnels. And wind is going to whip up and through the tunnel vertically across the map. Everyone that's currently in the tunnel, it is now a wind tunnel. All of you are going to feel an immense force of air start pushing you away.
Oh
no.
So, figure something out to do, otherwise you're going flying if you're in this tunnel. Ansler is going to attempt to pull up a, basically, you'll see that the stand draws a line through the 3 X's on the floor, and there is suddenly a force field in front of you, Larry. And your task is going to be significantly easier. You're going to get +5 on whatever you do.
Okay, because my thought is, if this is a wind tunnel, I've got a man with a wing-shaped sword who wants to cut through things. So he's gonna stick it in front of it, activate the jet engine, and basically just force himself forward with it.
Riding the wind, that's
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to push through the wind using it and slicing across Mad as Hell, dealing 1 damage to it and landing here.
You're cold, I'm hot. Let's bring some heat.
Val is going to punch the wall with Family Affair and try and wrap herself up burrito style. Oh!
Oh no, Val.
Negating not much. She takes 8, so she's going to spend a resolve. Only take, and she is curled up into the middle.
Any way I can argue power if I say that I'm having a rolling girl, like, get on top of me and dig her claws into the ground to try to hold me in place?
Sure. Yeah, you're going to get dragged along, and you're going to feel as your fingernails start to rip and tear a little bit from trying to dig in that hard. You're going to take 3, but you're able to mostly hold on. And I'm going to spend a resolve. And it's going to take its more sickle-like arm, and it's going to slice at you and try and cut your head off.
I'm gonna parry.
And you'll notice that there is a wind that whips up behind it. Oh, goody, 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 goody.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the slice comes in, powered up by this wind. It's essentially very similar to your sword, is jet propelled, and it comes and slices at your neck. A little gash of blood coming out. You take 3.
Okay, it's gonna try to collapse the tunnel then. Folks, this is a cut and dry textbook DPS check, I believe you'd call it. I could probably try to buy us some time. Let's see, it's creating a low pressure system, causing the air to be sucked towards it. So what I could try to do is I could try to do the same thing, the same strategy that I employed with Watchdog Water Dragon, and crunch it. I've been trying to figure out how it's controlling it. I think it has something to do with that orb.
Would be a visual indicator, yes.
You could try to just use your ability solely on the orb and see if you can, like,
that's what I was thinking.
Pull it apart to figure it out.
Our metaphorical eye of the storm, right?
Oh, that's it.
Or we could use another strategy that Watchdog Water Dragon used, and spatial distortions. And I could try to redirect. I could try to bust open some of these pipes, give us more airflow. Because the reason that this is so effective is because this is a largely closed-off environment. If I open up the environment more to the wastes that are above us...
Are you able to do, like, a line spatial distortion? Like, basically open up a tunnel? You could open one straight up and hopefully try and do that.
That's what I was thinking. It could either use that, or this service hatch that we just opened up. Could try it with that. Yeah, I can reach that. I want to approach the access hatch. Can I get like a judgment of the distance of how far it is from here to the surface?
It's about 50 feet up.
I have an idea, you guys. It's gonna be crazy, but the kettle of water might come in to save our asses yet again.
Oh my
It
god.
always does, dude. Just go with it.
Elisar is going to produce the kettle of water. He is going to empty it on the ground next to him.
Okay.
He is then going to put the spigot into his mouth. Using it, he's going to seal it and use it as a closed environment to make sure he doesn't fucking implode on the way up the ladder.
Okay! Alright!
You're doing
Oh my
fucking
god.
thing.
It's a diving bell, but instead of diving,
That's
it's sliding.
fucking genius. I love it. Oh my god. Okay.
And doing so, he's going to try to get into range of the actual hatch to the outside and open it up and make this an open system rather than a closed one.
Okay, so normally, right, I would make you roll for like brains for like luck as to whether or not this would work. This just is how physics works. So I'll let you climb.
I'm just fucking rad, guys.
Oh,
Okay,
God,
I'm
yeah.
going to try to open as big of an area into the outside as possible from this ladder.
So are you going to be using visions, or are you going to be using your ability to like push open the hatch?
I'm going to be using visions from a distance.
So give me a precision roll, please. Yeah, we're going to roll for the pressure system of the tunnel, which is currently that. So it's a similar roll. Okay.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, so with the severely lessened pressure from getting the rest of the staircase and the tunnel opened up, you get in the perfect position as right up the tunnel, Lucifer, you just feel all this wind rush past you as the outside air touches the tunnel. And suddenly all of the snow just falls and stops.
I end my turn. Fuck him up, Larry.
Larry, you can breathe again.
Damn. Fine. Step over here. I'm gonna pick up my shotgun, and I'm going to resolve rush empty the clip into this man.
All right.
And I'm amplifying because fuck you. I just want this fucker dead. Who wants to monologue on me?
He drops bombs.
This is a bizarre thing to happen in the topic. I'm pretty sure you're right, Ellis.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not somebody else dropping the bombs. I'm pretty sure it's that guy.
Lucy seeing like the blitzkrieg of 10 bombs hitting the hand the previous night just goes, you're right. Points at him.
Yeah, you're right.
Over dramatization of the simplest fucking ability. Yeah, okay, yep.
It can't
So
be.
that's
It's
an additional +5 because I get to double my broads.
Yep.
Why?
As you just shattering off parts and pieces as more blue flashes explode into the room. Just you lay into this thing, a rune flares, a burst of wind erupts out of it. Your counter on your wrist goes up to 3, but you feel no effect from it, and its jagged, now broken form seems to be twisting around and looking back at both you and Act 3.
I believe I said to keep your eyes on me.
Encore, holding on to his door that he got earlier, is gonna look back and goes, oh, you know what? Maybe I should help. You're actually not
It's Encore with the steel chair.
and is going to like shock put it like old style Olympics, and is gonna throw it and goes, hey buddy, hit it in! As this giant flying disc of a door is flying at this thing like a frisbee straight towards its head.
Act 3 is going to basically sword in between its legs so it can't move effectively. So it cannot
That's
dodge.
Oh, that's
hell
cool. It's
yeah.
like a double
While
lariat.
shoving it up with its chest so it can't duck underneath it either.
And as it tries to
Oh,
dodge
that's
to the
rad.
left, to the right, runes flare, wind erupts, and then there is a just solid as the door cleanly cuts it in half. And it shatters.
Encore baffled because he didn't see anything that happened beforehand, just looks at the guy and goes, good job, girl, thumbs up.
And quickly, at the speed of light, the orb flies through the ceiling, upwards.
Okay.
And is gone.
Oh.
Am I able, because my focus is on the end, like the opening that I created to the surface, can I see it fly into the sky?
Yes, you do. You see it fly up. It lights up the clouds of the storm as it goes, flying off somewhere back to the south.
I'm gonna remove everyone from the fold real quick. Gonna, from the hatch, shout back down towards everyone. Is everyone quite alright back down there?
We got it.
I saw the orb. It flew back towards the south, back towards the ice slabs.
Oh, wonderful. Glorious.
Fucking
That means it's not
bastard.
dead, possibly.
Jumping on us like that.
He's gonna come back down the ladder.
Val is still wrapped up in metal and is slowly uncurling herself, just like, did we get it?
Alistar's going to look at the back of his hand where the Roman numeral was.
And with a bright blue light, it just... and just fades out into nothing.
What was that? Well, I guess I should be asking... Who? What's that?
Probably what Warhol was trying to go grab.
I imagine.
Come here, Val.
Just strange how its body crumpled, but that thing still persisted. Perhaps we were only fighting a construct. Perhaps that was the real thing we should have been fighting.
Perhaps you're right. That's...
I don't feel.
At the end of the day, we made it out, and the tunnel still hasn't collapsed.
Concor's gonna pick up Seiko.
Here, come here.
I'm fine taking the victory of survival.
They go heal
And
9.
we've also cleared out the shuttle loop a lot more.
Yeah, we got one step further, and also we can get back down here anytime we bloody please. Sort of.
This is true.
Which is probably a good thing, right?
So here's my idea. We can either persist further into the night if we're feeling lucky, but there's also us returning back to Eso-Tiller. Well, we should clear out, see what's above us first.
Yes, I was going to suggest just that.
Yes, I think we should take a look at what the state of everything up there is. Although I'm not against
Anyone else need
continuing.
anything? Doctor looked like he was getting fucked up
Encore.
a bit.
We
You
should
need
probably
anything?
we should take a moment to readjust to regular pressure. I fear what a change in elevation might do to us. We might get terribly, terribly ill.
Well, we should
I'm used to
take
it
it
at this
slow.
point. Come here.
But I wanted to take a moment to rest here, so we can discuss... What in the world did we just see?
Your scouter clicks on it and you just hear,
Can I be part of that conversation too, please?
Whoops.
Please,
Always
by all
available.
means, you are welcome.
I don't want to just pry in, but I feel unable to keep myself from adding my opinions on the matter.
Thank you. The ability that it was using. It bears an uncanny resemblance to someone we know. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm. Scarily similar.
Millie,
Yes.
extension of you. I've seen it work its ability. I've had it work its ability on me. When I was brought back after the plane crash, there were two of me. One alive and one dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was at the end of the fight, you were able to return my corpse
to the pits in the basement. What happens if you're not able to secure a dead body?
If I don't get to them in time, they become unusable. Frozen.
Okay. Frozen. And what if, when you use extension of usability, you are not able to return the dead one
No.
to the holding pits? Have there been instances where you were not able to secure the dead one?
I don't
I think
know.
a better question might be, had you already used an extension of you on Bliss or any of the others before your memory lapses?
I have memories from before when you got shipped over here.
It has been 3 years since then.
Yes, but what I'm asking is, were any of them already resurrected before that?
I can't imagine I would have missed. I was doing my best.
I don't think
We don't think you
would've-
missed one, Millie. There was a frostbitten gateway in your chambers.
Do you think they're taking people?
Yes, Millie. I think they are.
The doctor referred to freeing them before.
We can talk about this more. We still don't quite know if we're 100% safe where we are.
Let's take a quick gander upstairs and then make our way back.
Just... all I can think to say is this is just unfair.
I think Seiko's worries from earlier were even more well-founded than I could have imagined.
Fortunately, kid, this is war. It's never fair.
Are they using...
Here, let's not dwell on it
They
too
don't
much. We
have
still
the right
back.
to those parts.
Or you say they're using the dead as soldiers. I don't really think you have that much room to say, but well.
They
that's another
don't
issue.
have the right to those parts. I'm not going to budge on that.
There's a difference between what happened with Val and Bliss and all of them. At least Millie is letting them be them. I could barely see out of the corner of my eye, but that thing seemed too gleeful to fight. That wasn't
seemed
human.
about right.
That
Shut up, you.
was...
Well, let's just hope that down the line we don't run into any sort of reconstitutions of any sort of my cadaver that has been taken from the basement and then had my ability horribly twisted into some terrible device of war. Because if you all got sent too deep into the fold, you'd be lost forever.
I look at Lucy.
I look at Larry.
We both look at Psycho.
You hear just a...
Why are we all thinking the same thing?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like
Everyone's
that?
thinking it. Everyone's
Lost
thinking it.
forever.
Psycho, how
in
you forgot
in a
to pick
featureless world populated by nothing and no one.
You know what? You're right. I would love to not be a part of a void. I'm never gonna complain about
I
New
feel like
Mexico heat ever again.
I feel like we should. Okay, look. You know what? Why don't we check out upstairs before we go shattering any worldviews, right? Right?
Yes.
They've already been shadowed about 1,000 times at this point.
I'm still just pissed about my tunnels. Look what you did to the door. Oh, I loved that door. I mean, it saved your life. I can't be that mad. I'm just upset. It's like a frustration that I know is unfounded, but I still feel it, mate.
Well, you see, Ansel, sometimes you have to spoil an apple to save the bunch.
What? Who
What?
says that?
Ellis, what?
Wait, that didn't quite work. I'm getting my sayings confused.
Sometimes you gotta break a few apples. You can make it.
Before I take
Appears to be
mental damage.
Oxygen deprivation.
You know, that's exactly it. It's oxygen
Maybe I need to
deprivation.
take a few deep breaths before venturing forth.
Yeah, get used to back to being able to do that.
Oh my lord.
As you all continue up and rather familiar looking area.
Well,
Second
same
verse,
procedure as
same as the
before.
Let's give it
I
a
can
go,
scout
demolition
ahead.
team.
Vowed family affair and like to join in the fun.
Ah, of course.
I'll be here to block any shrapnel.
Good on you, Elisa. I like the idea that all
Okay.
three of them just
Three
stand rush
boys?
this thing.
Yeah.
3.
And 3. As you guys shatter through the ice.
Good work, buddy.
High five. Val's gonna hold up Family Affairs' hand to Act 3.
Yeah, high fives it almost
Hell yeah.
instantly.
Alright, everyone, stand back. Alistair's going to pop into the fold real quick to check out this next room.
The flashlight looked a little bit larger to me, so I thought it was just like a long metal pipe that you just fucking
Fucking just
So, Elisar, as you pop into the
crack some
fold,
kneecaps.
you see some lights in this room.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, yes, let's not go in there.
Catch a break or something? That would be lovely.
Can I get a zoom on those? What the heck?
More jellies.
These
Ooh,
ones
angry
are
jelly.
much taller, much more active. As you see them, they're almost like coiled up in the ceiling. These ones seem to be making an effort to hide, Elisar.
Okay. The entire room is crawling with more jellies. Different ones. Ones that are more golden in coloration than the blue ones we saw before. Definitely waiting for unsuspecting prey to walk into that room so that they could probably drop all sorts of horrible, nasty tendrils all over them.
I mean, I could just blow up the whole room.
There's
That.
but the lab equipment and there's spare stuff. Maybe there's rations in there.
Act 3, have you ever considered the possibility of learning something from the environment before you destroy it?
Nah, nuke.
Can you try to learn?
You just see Larry face palming back here.
If you want to blow up the room, I could perhaps go in there and do my best to search the room for any sort of valuable equipment. And remove it, bring it back to safety.
I mean, I see a microscope over there, and boy, do we need new ones.
I see notes as well. It could teach us something important. Again, kind of like shaking from our voices.
Yeah.
So here's my thoughts. We can try what we wanted to do again. I think this time I can take out 2 of them. But
Simultaneously?
yes.
I don't think these are more sensory neuron type things.
They do seem like they're...
Can we see them as like Elisar revealed them
Yes,
to
you
us? or are
can.
they
It's
still-
basically just Elisar gets the light. It's like the light had been covered up. You see them if you look at the ceiling.
These look a little more, I don't know, yellow gives off the idea of shocky. Look almost like it's a stun net up there.
I wonder if
Like
it's
a
like an
taser
active...
web.
No, actually, curious.
Don't give me the idea of
I
another
wonder-
trap, honestly.
Same here.
These might be more of the ATP variant of neuron firing, if that's what's going on.
What, getting rid of a virus or something like that?
More along the lines of these are where all the energy has been sent to, and these might be the more volatile ones.
Like we're exploring the neural net of some giant fish.
Lucy thinks about that, thinks about the size of Antarctica, stops thinking about that.
Good choice, Lucy.
Larry thinks about that, thinks about the size of the giant robot hand. Or some crazed robot trying to become human. No offense, Millie.
You know what? I'm only one of those things, so no offense taken, I think. I'm not crazy, right?
Lucy,
you're not.
Lucy does like a peace sign in front of the scouter where Millie can see and goes, "Mad scientist."
Well, that's mad. That's different from crazy.
This is true.
That's an important
Alright.
science madness. If you want, I can try and scout them to see if there's any lambent energy coming off of them.
That sounds phenomenal. As Lucy does a zoom in on the one in the middle.
Let's see what you were hiding, little guy.
Limit hovering over the obviously burnt out motor.
Yeah, there's scorch marks in the room as well. That's worrisome.
Definitely electrically charged. That much is certain. Though where they're drawing their power from, I feel like it's stored internally. There's no power supply in the room that I can see. The one that is there is completely shot. So, I would hazard a guess don't touch them. Can't tell exactly how much they're charged with, but it's probably enough to hurt.
Everyone grounded?
Like I said, taser web.
Did anybody else bring their rubber boots?
Bekulching moment.
Yeah, you're the only one, I believe.
Oh, no. I'm a little bit more stylish. These are sadly cloth.
Mine are steel-toed, so that's not helping.
Leather.
Oh yeah, I want to also point out, I have a 2-point bizarre feeling.
So we have an option here. We can either turn back now, or we can risk being thrown into the fire again to try and progress.
Nothing like burning a little bit. Maybe we'll even burn bread enough to be a star. That's my words for saying, fuck it, let's punch some jellyfish.
Ah,
Sure.
okay, understandable.
Sure.
I was trying to figure out.
I've reached out as well.
Jellyfish.
I'm not going to
First things
actually
first.
punch the jellyfish. I'm actually thinking of trying to ground them.
Hey, Tali. I would like to use visions and afterthoughts to drop the computer into the fold, drop the radio into the fold, drop the microscope, and drop the notes.
Okay, give me a precision roll.
Before we do anything potentially destructive in this room.
Give me that precision roll.
Ooh, thought. These jellyfish are different than the other ones, so I wonder if they're like two different like substands of like a central being.
You think there's a big jelly?
I think there's a big
Clonk,
something.
clonk, clonk.
No, the microscope!
It's going down the hole. Alright. Ansler just jumps out of the way like, hey.
Okay, now can I blow them up?
Yes.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Encore walks
Cracks
downstairs.
their neck.
I'm going to look at these notes.
Goes downstairs, grabs the door, puts door in front of everybody.
Actually, you marker guy.
Antler,
Wall.
yes.
Yeah, I can do that, mate. Let me just see it. Put one here. Oh, we put one here. We put one here. Alright. And he's holding onto the marker just like, that'll do. Alright, give me the signal
Hey,
and
what
then
are
I'll
the
just,
odds?
he does like this. Draws across.
Nice.
Alright.
May I suggest that the
3,
3 strongs here
or
brace the door?
Oh god, yeah, you're gonna need it. Act 3's blowing.
And those,
Yeah.
those can get through the roof, right?
pretty sure.
Numb. Encore. Please.
For the
others
record,
help.
these are actually like directly on top of them. Like they're on the
because of
jellyfish.
space. Because of space.
So, the blast goes off. You blink, and something really weird happens. It's like they're all in motion at once, but also all in the wrong spots suddenly. Like they're all crawling along the ceiling towards you guys. There is a pulse of electricity, and the room fucking detonates, taking all of them with it. As the fiery blast goes up against basically plexiglass that Ansler has built here, you hold it, and just at the last moment, it shatters, and a little bit of flames lick at your faces.
See, told you it would be easy.
Alright, what do we do about the fire?
That
That'll
was
burn
cool
itself
as
out.
hell!
That'll burn
Hell
itself
yeah,
out in a bit.
actually.
We do need that out of the way.
It's a good thing I was here. Bloody hell, that would have killed all of us, you bloke.
Yeah, would have been fine.
Oh yeah, you would have been fine, right? Good for you.
I was hit by a plane and I'm fine.
Larry is
Lucy looks at
bashing
you.
his head against the wall. Just don't.
No, I'm probably never going to live that down.
No.
And slowly the fire peters out, leaving a much more scorched room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess it's time for just a quick peek outside, figure out what the fuck's going on around it, and we're going to just 86 ourselves from the equation and just go back.
righto.
So, Elisar, you're looking at the notes, right?
Ah, yes, I was while they were blowing stuff up.
So, these documents are pretty interesting, mainly because you immediately recognize them as Morse code translations.
Woo!
A bunch of common phrases and words, and then the Morse code dialect at the top.
Here, Marv.
Seems to be an easy like access cipher for this sort of thing. And they're notes, and they're written in a very specific handwriting, like a pen handwriting. Can you make me a brains roll to identify who wrote these? Because you've seen this before. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to tell from how like sloppy some parts of them are. It's Bliss's handwriting.
Okay.
Furthermore, you have a working microscope, a broken computer, and a portable radio with fresh batteries in it.
Ah. So that's a pretty good haul. So you said they were pretty interesting. Am I able to ascertain any like sort of keywords from these translations? I need my reading glasses for these.
This is interesting. They're part of a correspondence.
Okay.
You're getting half of a conversation.
Yeah.
Furthermore, it seems to have a very joking, lighthearted tone to it. Bliss is using very vulgar words and sort of calling out the other person for being a dumbass most of the time.
Don't seem to be anything too serious, but they could still help us ascertain some information about the construction of the loop.
Oh, you know, all things
Yeah,
considered.
come take a look at these. There's a Anslar.
Oh, yes, what? Huh?
These appear to be Bliss's responses, I guess, if they're being translated from Morse code, or are they being written and then translated to Morse code?
They're being
Is
written
it
and translated to Morse, yeah.
Okay, so he's sending, not receiving these.
Yes, he's sending these.
They appear to be, Bliss, communicating to someone through Morse code. Do you remember receiving any of these sorts of messages?
I don't remember this particular message. I know he wanted me to set up a communicator between the two bases, the South Pole base and the Eso-Tiller itself. If this correspondence happened between those two places, I mean, I don't remember it, but it seems like... Actually, no, this really seems like the type of shit he'd say to me. Oh, if I had to guess, we were just fucking around.
This looks like some sort of office set up for communications. I would guess that you were
Yeah.
probably using this to communicate back and forth between the different entrances of the loop.
Yeah, no, that's that, and also, these are like quick setup labs. Say we don't have time to get a specimen or a sample all the way back to Eso-Tiller. We use, the entrance tunnels. Set up with everything that we can need to make quick adjustments, you know. Materials, chemicals, files, all that sort of thing, a microscope. This one's specifically for flats research, so anything here is probably from the flats. Although it's gone into disrepair and all hell. The generator even works. It looks like this thing sapped the shit out of it.
Well, the only thing being studied in this lab anymore is the effects of 5 to 6 bombs.
Yep. That's how we do things here with the rescue team. We blow it up, ask questions later. I love you guys.
Very well. Hopefully there wasn't anything too important here that I missed.
you and me ought to go out for a drink sometime, Act 3, if you can do that. I want to pick your brain on
can't
some
get that far away
explosives
from Larry,
ideas.
actually.
You ever thought
I
about...
can't actually get that far away from Larry.
Ah, drat. Well, if Corporal's
Yeah,
not
Bit
against...
of a dead weight, isn't he?
Yes, he definitely certainly seems to be that way. Oh, hello, Larry! We're not talking shit about you, I swear. She winks at Larry.
And
You
here
people with your explosives. Even when the scientific community of the world runs into their many dead ends, you're always finding new ways to blow stuff up.
Honestly, I could spend my entire day poring over and breaking my back under a microscope, or I could just sit back and watch the pretty colors. It was a no-brainer for me.
Come on.
It was the
come on,
scientific theory that gave us all these explosives. Why would we not use them?
That's very true.
It's just a little extra application from all of our hard work. Elistar's going to open the door without thinking while he's having this conversation. It's locked. He's not going to do that.
It would be locked from the inside, so you can easily unlock it.
Okay, he unlocks it.
Oh, come on, Elisar. Don't you know how fun science is, especially when you add exothermic reactions?
Listen, in the lab, usually explosions are not the desired result. That's why I'm thankful that we have people like Val over here who are taking those very fun reactions and finding their specified, I guess, applications.
Well, I'm glad you see the use of all of this.
Well, it does look like night is falling. We should start making our way back if we want to go back.
I suppose it's time for a choice. Do we want to head back? I'd call this a successful mission.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We should pick up and carry whatever we can on the way back, though.
Sounds good.
I want to do some scrapping rolls around the station.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I'd also like to point out there's definitely a satellite dish here.
Lucy's gonna start scrapping the generator for parts from Lily to try and
Aw, okay.
hopefully bring up that other cell that was destroyed.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm gonna see if there's anything left of this crate/box of files, it looks like.
Well, it seems like it's taken a lot of water damage, so there's nothing identifiable.
And exploded.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that was quite a large explosion in the middle of a very empty, wide open, barren wasteland. So, Frostbitten probably knows something's up.
You know what, Elisar? That's a wonderful red flag to leave on. Let's go.
Yeah, and whatever's to the south definitely knows what's up from the stupid orb fleeing, so I think it's time we made our way back.
A very happy Seiko walks in. What y'all talking about? I have a pristine cherry satellite dish.
We kicked the hornet's nest enough. It's time to go back to It's time to get back inside Eso-Tiller before we get stung.
They're coming for my dish! Let's go!
Wait, hold on. No one wants your dish.
Did someone say fish?
Good lord. On that note, everyone, we will come back on night 7. Hey!
Wonderful. That was a very fun session.
That was a
That was
great ass session.
Smooth session.
Okay, can I give you
hell yeah.
MVP of the day with all your things with the RP and the fight?
Yeah, Elisar MVP today.
I nominate you for a bizarre point.
Nominate
Also-
Larry for a bizarre point for fucking field
I
rush
wish.
bonus
True.
pointing it too. Oh my god. Okay, let me pull up my
I want
Discord.
this thing dead.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Can we had Amelia Earhart today, guys.
Yeah, I
Still
can't wait to return on that.
Can't believe that you guys were
can't wait
joking
for the
about
moral
that while it was
quandary.
real. I was just like, oh, they're gonna freak out when it's real.
It's a really interesting ethical discussion, though.
Right?
Oh yeah, that was solid.
You can tell why I was like, oh, do I really do this now? Oh, they're gonna have it right there. Oh, whatever. We'll see what they do with it. And, yeah. Moral quandary. We got such a great deep dive into all the characters' mentalities today. I loved that whole conversation.
Oh, it was.
It was such a great,
phenomenal.
like...
Should give you
I got to reach into Lucy for a second there. It was great.
the impression that I'm hoping to give is that once Elisar starts slipping and starts doing things that are morally questionable, you know it's fucked.
That's phenomenal.
So can I just say, who wins in a fight? An army of frozen monstrosities, or one pengu boy with a frickin' tea kettle?
Here's some smalls. Little defense system.
Cute?
I love them.
They are cute, spongy. They're
squishy.
They squish.
Hentai.
They're a little SpongeBob-esque.
Amy,
They're a little neuron, little sensory
Little
neuron.
brains.
no thoughts, only electricity.
No thought, only zap.
Then we
Yeah,
saw
really.
the big fucker, the
And
lanky
then,
fucker.
yeah, a storm started brewing. We have Mad as Hell, which is... I'm gonna first start with this ball.
Yeah, small.
Ball. And then Mad as Hell. Mad as Hell is the first frostbitten I drew for this game. And I fucking love this design so much. This one makes me so happy.
This is definitely a runner-up on my favorite design so far.
So, I described that the weapons that it has are based on medical implements. I didn't say specifically what, but the sword is a syringe, and it basically stabs it in and injects you with a pressure point. And places that there, and it starts sucking the air in and lowering the pressure in the system, and slowly ramping it up. And you guys didn't get to learn this because you killed it pretty quickly, but if you had left the fight, the runes would not have gone away.
I figured.
So you would have
lovely.
just died.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna be honest. I figured that because of the stupid penguin, the penguin fight. We did not.
Yes.
That did not go away. So I'm like, okay. I failed to burn it off immediately, so it's not gonna be easy fix.
And it's got
Which
its
means, considering it's ramping, this thing needs to go down.
That's the reason that I decided to turn around and help everyone fight, is because I realized that, because running is just taking the chance that it doesn't go away. While turning and fighting, we have a better chance, we have more control of the scenario.
There's also the chance it doesn't go away if we turn and fight, but there's also the chance that it will never get to Eso-Tiller if we turn and fight and kill it.
That's one of my favorite things of an encounter that I didn't plan because, okay, I'm gonna be blunt with you guys. This frostbitten could have shown up anywhere. Every time we rolled for those D100s, there was a chance. And I would have had to have immediately come up with a way to trap you guys in whatever scenario we were in. So the fact that it happened there was awesome, but like, it could have happened at the base, it could have happened anywhere. So
It could have happened instead of.
we got this
instead
cool
of
ass like
fucking,
crawling away from it, trying to break down the doors type scene, and God, I love that shit.
It could have happened while we were flying instead of the fucking leopard seal. It could have happened there.
I mean, we could have had this, but we got Anselor.
Anselor. I love Anselor. Hey, you guys want another fish?
Yo, fish.
Jelly?
Fish.
I can't wait to find the Portuguese man o' war that birthed all these jellies.
Reminds me of a Metroid.
I can't wait for it to be our first 5-star in size thing, and it's just this giant UFO jellyfish, just like it can only move like 5 feet a turn, but it's just slowly encroaching itself to Eso-Tiller, and it's just like we have a countdown.
The jellyfish dashes.
The jellyfish dashes.
Amelia Earhart dash.
Dude, we're gonna get carried away, like the entire base is gonna get uprooted and carried away by like a big jellyfish, like a Squidward's house.
And here, have a little bit of concept art. Fish.
The colors are real nice on this.
Yeah, I had
I can see that you already had like the kind of like the lavender and like really sharp yellow figured out right away.
Yeah, I really like the contrast on these guys. They're fun. I'm also really happy with all I had to do was place them how I did for you guys to immediately know they're an alarm system. That was great.
I am so glad. Like, just based solely on context views, I'm like, it's a Saron based on the electricity on the art.
I still love the
We
part
are
where everyone
doing
was
it
looking at each
for
other like,
your sake.
we've never seen a penguin frostbitten that can fold reality. That's never happened.
We've never seen a penguin frostbitten that can disappear from view.
Lucy and Larry just like look at each other. We have like the moment where like there's the dots between us.
Yeah, and we're like, psycho. They took your ovaries.
Not those penguins. We're talking about
Not
the
those,
gates.
yeah, the gates. I think last session I flat out said, oh yeah, the penguin comes out of the fold.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you did say that, I believe.
I did say that, didn't I?
I was like, huh. I'm not going to talk about that because I just kind of always assumed it, but, you know.
Oh, you gave me a wonderful tool to do so much bullshit with. Thank you, Duncan.
You're welcome. Yeah, enjoy that back door into the our basement.
I am enjoying it.